Alright, we are live.
Okay, here we are. And it's just me playing here. Shell Dragons.
Here too. I'm gonna tweet out this linky link.
Yeah, more full disclosure. Off to a pretty strong start. More full disclosure.
We are good at talk.
Yeah, I'm showing I'm streaming from the PC build. It's identical to PS4, but it's for streaming purposes. It's all set up. And then yeah, the PC build will be out in like late June or so. But you know, the PS4 build is out right now, and it's exciting. It's insane. It's madness. And yeah, I was just starting a new game, and then I think Michelle will join me.
I will join in a minute. For the time being, I'm hanging out in the chat and doing all that PR madness work right now.
And then I realized I was probably broadcasting whatever was playing on Spotify just now too.
Oh, that's cool.
That wasn't being broadcast, I don't think.
Oh, okay. All right. It was really quiet. It was just some kind of ambient music. It's almost like I'm using music to try to de-stress.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Yeah, he's been walking around with like calming music playing from his phone in his pocket.
It's really like I always used to make fun of that kind of thing, but I don't know if like I'm getting older or well, clearly I'm getting older.
Well, this is a travesty. I wasn't liking Fextralife on Facebook. What the heck?
Blitz says that your game is fucking awesome.
Oh, great.
Oh, thanks.
And Patrick says he wishes he could get far enough to use the guide. He's restarted hundreds of times and he can't put a dent in the unspeakable deep. How do you get past it?
Well, it should just throw you on the shore.
Yeah,
unless you want to kill it first.
Sounds like that's what's happening. Yeah.
Pretty sure that the Souls player, you know, I can't make progress until I kill this person.
Oh man, that's a way to play, I guess.
Yeah, your other option would be to play through the game, get your geared up, and then fight him on New Game Plus.
No, you can't fight him on New Game Plus. Michelle.
Oh, you don't?
No, you
what?
don't. You get one shot.
No, you don't.
Oh, I thought I saw someone doing it then.
No.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Dex and I were sitting there like trying to figure out how to get that trophy because you know she's like one trophy away from the platinum.
Oh, and it's
and no, well it's two.
Never mind.
One of them is the thief quest. We can't seem to get him to appear where we need him to be. But then that one, I was like, oh, we'll just get him on NG Plus. You know, when we're geared and we get to NG Plus, we're like,
oh,
fuck.
Right.
Man. That's what I thought, but I guess not. I thought I saw someone doing that, and that's why I said it, but I guess they must have just started new characters.
Yeah, that's what it's got to be. Yeah, and I have to actually make sure. So I know that the quest, you know, it's been tested, so it's doable. Every time this happens, I'm always like, is there an issue? But I know you have to exhaust her dialogue completely in the Castle of Storms for her to show up in the next location. Did you get her to show up in Niagara's Cavern?
Yes, she showed up in Cavern, but then we couldn't find her in the next location.
I'm gonna have to check to see when she actually watch me die. Cause yeah, we were watching Lobos' stream and she didn't show up in the cavern, and I'm just like, what do we do? But yeah, I think if you don't exhaust her dialogue in the Castle of Storms, she doesn't show up the next time.
Yeah, we got her in the cavern, but then it said she shows up at the far beach, and we couldn't find her there. Like we went there like after every single boss we killed and ran back and forth everywhere looking.
Right.
And we were like, where is she?
Yeah, I'll look into that. That would yeah, that would suck if that was an issue.
Well, she's like, she loves her platinum trophies, and she's like, I want this. I want to get it like day one.
Right. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I would say if there is an issue, I guess it's better to know about it now than because we're basically putting together all the stuff we need for a patch.
Right. Well, we're gonna try it again, just to make sure we didn't do something wrong before I say, hey, there's something wrong, because I don't know. You know, like we were doing it in co-op, so I want to do it in solo and see if it was something that happened just because we were co-oping or whatever.
Sure.
Or maybe we did something wrong. There's always that chance. So I just want to do it enough times where I'm sure that maybe there's something. I'm hoping we just did something wrong. Because we want to get that platinum. But
sure. Yeah. There's it might be a kind of thing because I mean it's been tested in solo, so it might be the kind of thing where there's some weird issue in co-op. I wish I knew the answer, but we'll get to the bottom of it.
So how's your guys' day been?
Crazy.
It's still like people kind of tell you, hey, your game's done, you can relax, but it's really not true. It's more like the first part of your job is done, and the second part begins. The whole support part of games.
I know our neighbor was all like, "So you guys gonna relax?"
Right. Right. Like, well, nope.
We're like, "You don't understand, Andy. You don't understand us at all."
Yeah, we're having a party with friends on Sunday, and I'm probably gonna spend the whole time freaking out about not being at my email. I'll try not to, though.
Yeah, you got this.
Someone's gonna have to feed me a significant amount of beers to help not think about emails.
The cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Alright. I'm usually pretty good with like 2 beers and I'm just like, wee.
Oh, that alcohol resistance. That's what happens to me after I don't drink for a long time. Like if I haven't had a beer in a couple weeks, I have a couple beers and I'm like, oh, this is why I drink beer. This is great. Cheap date.
Yep. So yeah.
We've been updating the fact page. I don't know if there's more stuff you guys are getting asked. You can update there. I've been adding stuff as I can see a lot of the Google queries that are hitting the wiki, and
funny.
I know. So I've been looking at like what if that data is actually there, and then if it's not, I've been trying to find it and add it.
Nice.
So I can see what people are like, literally what they type into Google. So
that's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good tool there.
Yeah. So a lot of people on the fact, a lot of people on the game progress route, multiplayer, weapons, typical stuff. But there's a lot of people like, where do I go? How do I blank?
Okay, cool.
Which is a good sign. That's
what
a
I'll
good
do
sign.
is I'll your FAQ is going to be more expansive than mine is right now, so I'm going to just probably link to yours.
Right.
Yeah, I'll probably put in some more work on it today. There's some things I can update, like the question, will there be multiplayer? Like that, the game's out, so you could probably remove that section, pre-order bonus, pre-order discount.
Oh, right.
I'll remove that.
Yeah, I had to go in and update our FAQ that was saying like, we'll know soon, kind of question answers. It's like, no, wait, we know now. It's now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What should I use then?
Yeah, I have to say, I've been looking around the internet to like see what people are saying. People are just blown away. I mean, I was blown away, and I was curious to see if it was just me, if I was like looking through goggles, or if there's everyone else. People are just blown away, and
That's always sorry. Yeah.
Oh, no, go for it.
Oh, yeah, that's always our worries. Like you stare at something for so long, and you're gonna, like your own creation, but seeing what other people think is where you start to see like, oh hey, it's actually good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean it's I think the thing that constantly got me was every time I thought I had the game figured out, you guys added there was something new. It was like, oh my god, wait, there's this. What? Oh my god, wait, there's this. And it was just like, halfway into the game, and I was still learning new things.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's like one of the biggest goals was just having this like a ton of different ways to play, a ton of different loadouts and weapons, and then to get them all feel like they make sense,
Yeah. Yeah, Fex and I just finished our NG Plus playthrough yesterday. And I have to say that some of those bosses on NG Plus, fuck, they just hit like a freight train. Like it's like I without going into too many spoilers, some of the later game bosses just, oh my god, they just like one-shot you. It's like, fuck. Like I was like, how are we gonna beat this? We had to change up our whole strategy. Like, I've typically been like a light armor fast roll type player, and she's been like a heavy armor fast roll type player, or not, mid roll. And like she just went full tank. Like we had to change up our playstyle. She like put on like heavy armor and a big ass shield. And just started tanking while I like jumped over and started hitting the thing, and then ran behind her, and like she would block the attacks. Like it was like something we had to like actually like come up with like a strategy like where we utilized each other's strengths, because it was just we had to like change the entire way we played to get through some of the bosses. It was so
That's
awesome. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
So.
Oh yeah, and speaking of on the last boss, there's that, I don't know if you got stuck in a wall with that. That's a pretty crappy bug. It was like a thing I fixed and then reintroduced along the way, so basically the worst kind of bug.
To be honest, I haven't really encountered what I would consider bugs. I think the biggest bug I had was when we went and we desecrated a sanctuary, and then like we died, and it kept spawning us. Like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to, but it kept spawning us inside the sanctuary.
Yeah, it's not supposed to.
Yeah, and then it would spawn us outside, and then it would spawn us back at the sanctuary, and it kept like randomizing where we spawned, because it like took us like 7 tries to like actually clear out the place, because the enemies were like super tough, because it was NG plus.
Okay.
And we kept spawning in weird places, but then after we cleared it, it was fine.
Okay, that's good to know. The whole desecration thing was like, I mean, it's like a thing that's just inherently tricky, because the whole respawn location. Like, I think I have like it defaults to trying to spawn you outside, but then I guess it didn't do that with you. It might have been like further conflated or compounded by the just having the multiple characters. So yeah, I'd have to look into that too. There's a lot of stuff on this list, and it's like part of it's just, it's really neat, because it's like we've had this game. There's so much to the game that all these little things here and there are sort of coming up, just because there's so much stuff. There's no way we could have tested it all as rigorously as we needed to.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but then at the same time, it kind of just sucks. It kind of sucks to find out that we've got issues. I think a lot of stuff around co-op is going to come up, because we tested ourselves, and then a lot of testing was through a testing house, where I think they didn't really treat co-op as like a central, like a core part of testing. I think it was mostly just one guy who was on it by himself, and pretty much if it had to be 2 people, I mean, like, if you think about it, if it was 2 people playing the exact same content, that would increase the amount of work by 3 times pretty much. So because it would be not only a single player playthrough, but as much 2-player playthroughs, which involve 2 people. So I think what he did was just kind of spot checked a lot of the co-op stuff, and it's kind of too bad. And it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't know how much we could have done. There's just so much to this game. It gives you a whole new respect for testers. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, well, people have to like try and break it. You have to like go in there with the mentality of like trying to cause a problem, which is just so different than what you're normally doing.
Right, it is. I think like people like speedrunners are pretty good about that, because that's just their mindset, is trying to make things as efficient as possible and break things when they see something that's like, this could break it. Oh, that's interesting, and then they go and really dig into it,
right?
Because they're fascinated by it. So it's great.
Yeah,
it's a great way to look at it.
The false jester, you can get him to come out of the arena.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
We saw that on the Lobo stream, and it's just like he's just having a ball. I'm like cringing the whole time, because because he's just like, yep, we got him, you know, and I'm like, no, stop breaking it, obviously in front of everyone. But yeah, it's, you know, that kind of work is so important.
Yeah, definitely.
Although I guess
To be honest, I've had so few issues. It's like you guys did a really good job with it. There really aren't many. And honestly, like you said, I think most are related to the co-op. I think if you're playing single player, you probably won't have too many issues at all.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like all the testing was single player, so that's, you know, you'll get you'll get you know, you should get the most hassle-free experience. But yeah, with co-op, I mean, it should be good, but who knows what kind of weird things will come up.
So something interesting I saw on the Reddit before I went to bed last night, or earlier today for you guys, is that people were saying you can play co-op online using SharePlay on the PS4, which is something I never would have thought to do.
Yeah, we didn't either. We haven't tried it. We haven't thought of it. But somebody, what was it? Peeve and somebody else figured out how to do it. Do you remember who was doing it? Was it Yuka's Legion?
Yeah, Yuka's Legion.
Yeah, they figured out how to do it, and I'm just like, thank you for figuring that out, and telling people about it, because I wouldn't have thought of it. And
I was curious because, you know, I knew it was a thing
you want to know.
But yeah, I didn't want to be like, hey everyone, you can play online doing this. But he figured it out, and you know, that was good. you know, it's cool that he figured it out. Like I wouldn't say like, you know, I wouldn't say like featuring online multiplayer, you know, because that's. But the fact that you can kind of do a workaround to get online multiplayer is it's cool, you know. It's not a bad thing. But yeah, I guess it's like a bit of a workaround. Like, and one of the big things is you have to trust the person you're playing with. Like, I think if you are, you know, because you have to like give out some info to someone, and if you I know the issue. It was the same thing. Remember that one kid who gave control of his Destiny character to someone?
Yeah, I think you
remember that.
I remember that.
Oh, that was heartbreaking. It was
kiddo.
It was this video. I mean, the whole thing was like you gotta just be so, I don't know, like.
Oh jeez, sorry. Cody the Dragon Dude is asking about dev commentary nodes. And like things like that are really cool, but right now with like all the stuff we're already dealing with, it's like maybe after some time when we're not going crazy from all the other launch support issues. But those are kind of cool. It'd be nice to do, like, once this is settled, it'd be cool to put together a post-mortem.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even for like GDC or something.
Mm-hmm. It's just also fresh right now. It's like I can't think about doing that right now.
It's fresh and delicious.
It's fresh and tasty.
Watermelon is asking if you can fill up every skill in the skill tree, because you said the level cap was 500.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that because that's how many skill points there are?
Actually, I wonder if you can. I don't actually know. How about that? I know. So yeah, the total number of nodes is like 380, and it's 380 something, and then the highest level is 500, and like it seems like, well, so, you know, some of the proficiency nodes are like require 5 pearls to upgrade. And I haven't actually done the numbers. I think
I haven't counted it out.
I think you should be able to actually see it happen both ways. You should be able to run out of levels to fill things out if you dump, because you can dump multiple levels into single nodes, right? So,
yeah.
Right.
Or I think if you're like, you know, just aiming for maximum efficiency, you probably are able to.
Oh hey Rob, what's up? I'm like right now I'm basically having to interject with what James says every couple of minutes or every couple of seconds, because the longer he talks about something without any other breaks, the more his Skype turns fuzzy.
Oh really?
But it turns clear again when I talk or when Cass talks.
Interesting. I'm just kind of a fuzzy person.
So that's why I'm randomly saying stuff like, okay, you know.
Oh.
If it sounds like I'm just making noises randomly, I'm trying to keep your audio clear.
Oh, come on. No. Whoa. survived that. Oh god!
This is fun to watch you play on my own computer without playing myself.
Yeah. I was unprepared for that. That guy used to be a lot worse. The worst part was his scythes would they would all kind of fly at you with the same trajectory as like, you know, the I forgot what they're called. They're kind of like
Thank you, a rising gamer. I'm glad that you like the art.
like the kind of raider type guys that you find in Bandits Pass. The scythes used to follow those kinds of trajectories, which were like way too homing.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have anything other than these? I also forget what kind of stuff I'd have to start with.
And I've been watching some streamers and kind of talking in chats here and there since I guess the day before launch, like early access people, and then day of launch too, of course. And it's so hard to watch them struggle on a boss and not backseat when you know the tricks, and they're doing something not breaking apart the blobs. Like they just let the blobs suck onto them, and I'm like, I really want to tell you that you should break them off of you, but I need to let you just play.
Right.
I get that a lot.
Mash the buttons.
I get that a lot when I stream. Like people who have played the game are like, "Oh my god, go there, do that," and I'm like, I have no idea.
I know. Right? People get so just anxious.
Look at this AI. Oh, there he goes.
A couple questions from the chat. Fex asked one. There's obviously some sort of requirement to be able to single-hand heavier weapons. Do you know what that is? Is it unique for each weapon? Like, do you have to have a certain amount of strength, or do you have to have like the next class of that weapon type? Because you know how you have like the one red bar going through your item inventory, indicating that you can only two-hand it. What's the requirement for that? So
it's typically the next class up lets you, and it'll say that in the description. Yeah, it'll say lets you two hands level, class so and so great swords, lets you one hand class,
okay,
X minus
perfect
great swords.
Perfect. So, awesome.
Yeah.
There was another question. Do you guys have plans for DLC, I guess is the question.
Not specifically.
Right, not specifically DLC. From what I understand about it, there's not really a framework set up for that right now. But we could more easily do updates. Like we can do free updates pretty easy. But the DLC part is a little harder for what we're set up to do.
So, with the class requirements Fex is asking, so there's no way to one-hand class 5 weapons then?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And somebody else is asking if you can only beat the game 7 times, or is that just when the difficulty stops growing and you can keep going?
That's when it stops going. But I mean, the way I think we got kind of over aggressive with how we scale difficulty. I don't know if it'll be doable. It's just like the health pools the bosses will have is just going to be like ridiculous by 7. Even
I
2. Yeah.
I think the thing that I would find difficult is, one, it seems like there are some bosses on NG Plus that are way harder than they were on NG. Like ones that we just, we ganged up on and just whacked it to death on NG, and NG Plus were just blowing us away. Like it was just like, what the hell happened?
Right.
But the other thing is we're like level 160 or something character-wise, and you basically, I'm guessing around 100-ish, 120-ish. You start running out of points to kind of put into like that main focus for your build. Like if you're going like all strength or all dex, you're pretty much maxed out on that.
Right.
So your damage, I think, is not going to go up like a heck of a lot from like 100-ish to like 500, because you're starting to put points into like magic and health and endurance,
rounding stuff.
So
out.
you might be have a really good build, but you're only going to do up to like so much damage, and then every NG after that, the enemies are just going to keep getting harder and harder and harder, and you're going to be have to be better and better and better, basically.
Right. Yeah, it's it's definitely like a diminishing returns kind of thing. But yeah, at some point it was too easy, and I kind of tweaked it the other direction. Might have tweaked it too far. But yeah, it is what it is. So I don't know if you can beat it at like +2, +3, +4, more power to you. But you're insane.
I mean, people are gonna try to play more. They're gonna really play the heck out of it. And it's pretty cool that people are willing to do things much farther than we would want to do ourselves. It's funny. It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah,
we have a game on Xbox Indie Games called, well, there's two of them, ZB2K9 and ZB2KX, and they're these multiplayer crazy battle deathmatch kind of game. And there's people in there that are they just play it so much, and they are much better at it than we are, and they just kill us when we come in the game, which is hilarious because you're the developer, you should know all the tricks and tips. But there's people who they figure out how to be really good at it, and they're better at it than you are.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. It's pretty funny.
Sure. Yeah, Fex and I are deciding whether we want to do our NG++ playthrough for the stream that we're going to do of our playthrough, or just do like a regular playthrough. Because my build is all over hell, right? Like, I didn't know what I wanted to be or what to do, and I basically just taken the very first character I made, and we've gone all the way up to NG++ now, and I'm like, I would kind of like to start a character where I can actually know what I'm doing now and organize my build and plan for a weapon setup. But at the same time, I feel like, God, it would be kind of entertaining to watch us go through NG++ where we just get obliterated by everything,
Right.
I'm excited to see the first potato run. I don't know if anyone's done it, tried it yet. But,
we don't have.
I'm sure Lobos will.
Yeah, we actually like the whole potato run thing that I wanted to do. I never got around to it, where you just get infinite potatoes if you choose that as like a challenge mode. So I didn't do that. So I think it's actually gonna be impossible to do it the potato only run, unless it's like potatoes and punching or something. But yeah, actually, I got an email from Cryaodic, who was the streamer, who was like, "What the hell? There's no potato." I mean, it was like a funny, because I told him we'd definitely get a potato mode in there by launch, and he was like, "What the hell? No potato mode."
There were a lot of things that didn't make it in by launch. We're working on it. Yep. That's why it's hard to make promises before the game's done, because there's just things you have to cut, and it sucks. But if you want to release the game ever, you kind of have to start cutting things out.
Yeah, I'm sure, if every game was made, to the expectations of the developer, every game would probably never be finished. It's kind of like a work of art, right? Like, it always just could be better to you,
Right. Oh, this is sucking.
Oh, cool, watermelon chicken. That's a challenging game to get through all the arcade.
Oh, he beat Vampire Smith. Is that what he said?
Dead Samurai arcade.
Oh, nice.
I think there was one. I wanted to get all the achievements in that too, and then there was like one level in the arcade mode I had to have James do. I just could not do it.
Oh, probably the last one.
I think it was a Black Book achievement.
Just to get a really big
a really big combo. Yeah.
It's like Fex is gonna add more stuff to the FAQ. I've been posting on the Reddit a little bit and trying to answer people's questions when I can today. I'll probably do that most of the day. Just hang out in the forums and answer questions.
Yeah, I think we're not super good business people.
Oh yeah.
But Bliss was saying, I can't believe you guys are selling it for $18 and then talking about free updates. It's almost like opposite day in video game land, right?
I mean, it depends on how. If this does, in terms of like sales units, like if this does better than, or like if it does as well as like Dishwasher 2, we'll be in like a much better situation financially. Because that one, it was sold for less, and our company less too, which is nice to talk about. publisher stuff.
We're getting a good deal, I think.
Yeah. So for this, I mean, like we're like, if it does that well, like I don't want to assume, but like we won't be hurting. We can we can do free stuff.
So you want to know something funny? There's people talking about the auto translations and how horrible they are, and we know they're horrible, and I'm very sorry. One of the reasons, you know what, I don't want to blame him, but we were doing text up to the very last second before launch, and a German spy was helping us with the text. So we didn't get translations in because of the text, but it's not his fault, it's us too. I'm just saying, like, it's funny to say, like, he could help us with the German when he was helping us do text at the last minute already. We want to get Loken as soon as we can, but there's a lot of text too, so it's going to take a little bit of time.
This guy is not fun to fight with a mace. So it's funny, so he does, he's like more resistant to, oh crap, in the wrong way. He's gonna be more resistant to bludgeoning than to stabbing damage, because he's...
And you're going to add in his laugh.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there's a... It's actually the Pumpkinhead chainsaw guys from Dishwasher that have that creepy laugh that I can't do, but you could do it, James. Do it.
Right now? I don't know about that.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, it's really great. It's a really great laugh though, and the Jester used to have it, and James took it out because he thought it was annoying.
Wasn't like.
Just make him do it less frequently. Make him do it less frequently, and it'll be great. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, I still can't believe you guys sold this for $18. I mean, that's the biggest shocker out of this whole thing. It's like.
Well, everyone, a lot of developer friends were saying you need to make it $20 or more, and James was like, "No, I really want to sell it for $15." And then we met in the middle, I guess, with the $18.
Wow.
Right, just make the entire game's text in some other imaginary language. So this game does have an invented language in it, but it's all like programmatic and not, you can't actually like read or write in it manually, I think, but there is like a language in it. That'd be interesting, James. So what we're planning on doing is making the translations a menu item. So it'll launch, first what we'll do is it'll launch in English at the next patch that we can do, and then have an option to select, like if you want to do the automatic translations for some reason, even though they're really bad. And then there'll also be another language you can set it in that is the game's language, which I don't know if we have a name for it.
I just call it the Common Tongue.
Common Tongue?
Yeah.
As fantasies do.
Mm-hmm. I guess I could just use this. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand, Robert. But I think for what you paid for this game, you get so much value. It's ridiculous. I mean, we're 35 hours in right now, and I imagine we'll probably play it at least another 35, which is like 70 hours of gameplay for a $18 game.
Yeah,
which is better than some AAA titles, to be perfectly honest.
It's like up there with Terraria. in terms of like a small indie game, giving you tons of hours. Although it's not small, it's it's like this giant world that we crafted out. No, Nico, what the heck, man?
Oh, is she eating your food?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get to it fast enough.
Didn't get it.
Cats.
Ugh,
Cats.
Nico.
Cats. Cats are the true entitled creatures here.
Ugh,
My cat's sitting on the table next to me, and my wallet was sitting there, and he just looked at me and then just boop, knocked my wallet off.
It's so funny when they do that. They look at you and then knock something over. Yeah. Like, hey, what are you gonna do about it?
What you got?
It's like they're just trolling you.
Yep.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? You gonna bring it? You gonna bring it, human?
Okay, I have questions about things. So the upgrade system, it seems like you have like 5 different upgrade paths, meaning like, you know, every weapon that has that one of those specific upgrades uses the same 3 other upgrades to upgrade it to like +7.
Yeah.
What determines like which type it uses, or did you guys just randomize it? Like, how do you know which weapons use like the Soldier's Poem versus like the Beast Fang or
Sure. Yeah. So the system it follows, you know, it's kind of just its own system, but basically any kind of more basic seeming weapon is gonna be just standard trinkets of war, you know. So the idea is like any like just normal trinket of war is like it contains memories of war, and that's what I use to upgrade weapons, you know, to kind of imbue them with this sort of legendariness that only comes from things from war. So, you know, like a locket of hair would be like a soldier kept a locket of hair as like a memento, and then, you know, that's something that he dropped when he died in battle, and now you can use that locket of hair to kind of imbue a weapon with power, and you know, same thing with there's poem, lord's orders. The highest level one is the king's orders.
Right, but like there's like the charred idol and stuff like that. There's like they look like fire upgrades almost. Is that for like what weapons use that? I guess I haven't found one.
Yeah, that's exactly like weapons that have some kind of fire, you know, just flavor to them. Actually, I think it's funny because, you know, there are a few weapons that have just fire elemental damage, you know, as part of their characteristics. But one of them that uses that as, you know, for upgrades is the pot. You know, the chef's cooking pot.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Same thing with like the frozen style upgrades. You know, those are actually, I guess they're more like lightning and holy weapons.
Oh, okay.
We'll use those ones. Yeah, kind of like a red and blue system. But yeah, those are all kind of like magically imbued weapons. And then the drowning stuff is basically any like kraken weapon, which are kind of like, you know, these undersea demons that populate the island. And let's see, there's another one. Oh yeah, beastly upgrade stuff. That's for like crude weapons. So there's like the endless fang, the hateful jawbone. Yeah, and that's all for more like crude.
I actually had to go farm some of the skulls the other day for my Chinton obelisk. Like, it required the like.
Oh, right. I think that might be the
skulls. Like, they just didn't drop. Like, I had to go kill those like things that drop them like 30 times to get a couple of them. I was like, wow, you're gonna have to like farm for materials in this game. Which is crazy because on NG Plus the drop rate is like way higher. Like, everything is dropping stuff like crazy.
You know, it shouldn't be, but I think what it is it's tied. I think it's tied to your willpower too. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just seemed like as my character got higher level, the discovery rate went up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it might be over aggressive too. You know, I'm not against like tweaking things as they come up. You know, if something feels too easy or too.
Oh, I think it's pretty good right now. Maybe the drop rate might be a little high in NG Plus.
Yeah.
Because like it's to the point where like I have hundreds of drops. You know, just because every single enemy drops something usually.
Right.
But in regular, I think it's great because, you know, you actually have to do a little bit of farming to get the upgrade material, which is, I think, you know, people appreciate that. You know,
sure.
Souls fans especially.
Right.
So I think that's cool.
I wonder how much the cat licked the food. I think if I microwave it, that'll make it okay, right?
Sure.
Oh, I sure love it with my cat. Like if I get like a burger, you know, and like bring it home, my cat is climbing into my burger. Like he's like eating it out of the bun, like in my lap. It's like, what's that?
Right. You had an opportunity to lay down the law, and you missed that opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I did.
They'll eat things out of your hand if you're looking the other direction.
Yeah.
I've actually had something in my hand, and I was like looking the other way, distracted, And I turned around and Gato was licking it out of my hand. Like, seriously? You are so brazen.
Actually, I should. This Kraken Worm is kind of like the first boss that I, if I'm not all ready for him, I start getting trouble. So I don't really have a just fantastic speedrunning strategy that I can just bring out,
hmm
So like, what's your favorite setup with like what do you usually run when you guys play?
I like the so just like the basic katana, the tachi. I like that.
It's super fast. I really
Yeah,
like it.
it's so fast. It's great. Yeah. Otherwise, like I like great swords. I'm sort of trying to. I don't know if Michelle's gonna join me. I'm level
Oh
10.
yeah, sorry, I'm still I'm organizing a few things, and I just got a picture from our friend who's making a bunch of fragrant bath salts for our party. They're really cool looking. They're like glass. They're these glass bottles that have like a cork stopper. So they're kind of like the bottles that you get in the game to write messages on, filled with salts. It's really
Hell,
cool.
that's cool.
It's all about that salt.
All about that salt.
That's cool.
It's gonna just
I
be
find
like
that
the- Go ahead.
Oh, I found so far that the revive miracle or the revive prayer is like life-saving in co-op. It's so amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was a hasty addition when we started really getting into co-op playing. 'Cause, yeah, co-op was, I mean,
A lot of stuff about co-op is kind of coming out where it was like it was a pretty late addition in of itself. It was kind of like I want to play with Michelle. What do I do? Let's try this out. Okay, and then like a couple issues are cropping up around it here and there. But yeah, one of those that came of it was like we're playing and one person would die and in a boss fight, and it would just be like, oh well, this there should be something, right? You gotta have some way to keep it going.
and I mean, I think it's expensive enough when you cast revive that it's like, it's not overpowered. But oh wait,
yeah, like it's been so invaluable in NG Plus. Like we'll be in a boss fight and I'll die or she'll die and she'll res me and then I'll res her. Like,
oh yeah.
ones where like we would have just absolutely died.
Right.
It's
too funny. Yeah.
So great.
Yeah. Yeah. That was that was a late ad, but yeah.
And the whole like the way that like the people like teleport to you, like you can teleport to your other player, like
Oh yeah.
that saved us a few hundred gravity deaths.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. We so originally the co-op was split screen, and so like an interesting thing, like I don't know how much I want to get into it because it's a little embarrassing. When I had the co-op split screen working on Windows, and then we started porting it to PlayStation, and like when I first had it running on PlayStation, it was doing about 15 frames per second, like just the single screen, single player mode, and it took just a lot of like tweaking and such to get it so it was just running at a relatively steady 60. But like with the amount of tweaking that went into it, I was just like, there's no way that this is gonna, this is gonna work with rendering twice as much stuff, because it was all about like it's not so much about like how big of an image you're drawing. Like a lot of 3D games that have a lot of really advanced effects, they'll they'll have like variable size render targets. So if it gets more hectic, they kind of dynamically reduce the render target size. I forgot what the latest one I heard of to do that was, but I remember like some Wipeout game was one of the first ones I heard of where it would be dynamically adjusting the render size to keep the frame rate steady. But in our case, with the way where it's doing 2D graphics, it's not about how big of a render target you're working with. It's how many individual items you're drawing. So like from the main character, that's 2 feet, 2 calves, 2 thighs, a waist, torso, and then arms and stuff, and then like all the armor and helm and weapons, shield, all that stuff goes. So like each character might be like 100 individual items or so, and then the world map is a lot too. All of the particle effects. Particle effects are huge. So now, if the idea is like we're going to render all of that twice, it's like forget about it. And who would want to put a game like a 2D game that looks like this? Not saying it looks awful, but it's simple. It's simple in places. Who'd want to put a game like this on PS4 and have the performance be like 25, 30 frames per second and be like, yep, we're good, we did it, we're done. I guess that actually kind of happened with Broforce even. It was like, I know that's a Unity game, but I think it's the same deal. It's like particle effects get out of hand, and you end up with a huge frame rate tax. That like the average gamer is gonna look at that and be like, are you kidding? Like, this is what my PlayStation 4 is doing. But the thing is, just like the way games are laid out, it's like certain things are lend themselves really well to it, and certain things don't. and oops, I'm dumb. And then that was going to be one of the ones.
Yeah.
So that's where split screen went. that's why it went away. Long story short. So then we ended up with the same screen, which introduced its own challenges, and the big one was like, what happens if you're platforming, and
and you both try to get out of the screen at once, and is it going to be a disaster? And like the whole menu system, it was a workaround that like. It works. It's like
I'm gonna be right back. I gotta do a few things around in the merch room. Be back.
Okay. But yeah, it works. It was funny though. We like when we first posted, I think like Rock Paper Shotgun picked it up, and they were like, "Why would you show like a hack before you even released the game?" And it was like, well, it's not so much a hack. It's just that's how we implemented it. You bring up the menu, and then the other person can just move freely, and then to reconcile you back into the same screen, well, then it does the little warp trick. So hey, warp trick stays.
Yeah, I like it. It's saved us a few times, like more than a few times.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's good news.
I was wondering if you could show people like how to desecrate a sanctuary. I see people asking about it. I know how to do it, obviously, but I thought maybe it would be something that you could show people. Maybe it's a feature they don't know about.
Right. Sure. I'll do that. Yeah. Yeah. Fingers crossed it works as planned. Yeah. Okay. Just grabbing some stuff. These guys, actually, you can get these guys, and he's really hard to see right now. But you can get their weapons. And
so do you have like a personal favorite weapon?
Everyone asks that. I kind of just go all over the place. Like I said, just like a basic katana. It's just that's a fun moveset. I mean, it's the same as just kind of a standard sword moveset, but the katana, that kind of thin round blade, just there's something special about that I really like. Oh, nice. I got his helmet. Can I wear it? Oh boy. Now I have a cage on my head. That's me. I'm looking pretty. So let's see. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, I was gonna go desecrate it. Let's do some standard good old desecration for you. It's funny. I kind of going into this game, like, we had so many ideas, and maybe like half of them actually got implemented. I mean, probably more than half, and a lot of ideas kind of came up as I was going along. But a lot of the ideas that didn't get implemented, obviously, were stuff with kind of online multiplayer implementations. So that's kind of a thing we're sort of looking at, is like, if we made like a sequel follow-up that would have that kind of stuff. And I like I said, with all this talk about sales numbers and financial stability and stuff, like, if it's
doing, like, it seems like it's being received really well. Like, you know, we don't really have numbers at all, but assuming it is, you know, then you know, we'd love to do like a sequel, and then that could have that kind of online multiplayer thing. But of the names I was throwing around for a sequel, I always kind of like Salt and Sacrilege, and that would kind of tie into this sort of versus aspect.
Yeah, dude, I really hope that it's successful enough for that, because I think you're gonna have a big demand for it. To be honest, I think people are gonna be like, are just gonna want more. You know, I think that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, I hope so. You know.
I mean, I do. I would play more. If there was more game, I'd play it. You know,
Sweet.
Different game, I'd play it. So, also, you know, I think, well, you know, with this game, assuming it's, you know, received well, which I think it will be, they'll know what to expect. You know,
That's true. Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way. You know, like right now, I think because of the price point, it's not so much of a gamble for people.
Yeah.
But on the next game, you know, because people will know what to expect, I think, you know, you could probably, you know, bump that up a bit, and, you know, I think people totally understand.
Right.
Especially if you add like the online multiplayer feature and things like that.
You keep kind of pushing me toward charging people more money. really driving that point.
I know. I really feel like, you know, it's like I feel like you guys aren't getting the money you deserve. You know, like it's a really weird deal, because I feel like I overpay for way too many games, but not this game. You know, I feel like I way underpay.
Well, that's nice of you. Yeah, we had one. I had one person on Reddit. I think he just direct messaged me actually on Reddit, who he said he was like, he got the game because he was really like, just, you know, like really bought into all the hype, played a little bit, decided it wasn't for him, and wanted to know, you know, if he could get a refund somehow. And I was and also he was like, he told me he was like kind of a poor college student who spent money that he shouldn't have spent, you know, it's just feeling cruddy about that, and, you know, and so I told him to contact support, and then to include, like, if they let him, like, send, you know, show them my Reddit message saying that I want him to I want him to get it, because I mean, it's like, it's out of my hands, but like, I think with Sony support, you know, if you ask nicely and are polite, you know, there's a better chance of them okaying it. But yeah, I mean, if you know, it's like this kind of game, you know, isn't going to be for everyone. So it's like, you know, glad that you thought it was worth it. You know, there's people out there that, you know, it's yeah.
I'm not a big 2D gamer. You know, I haven't played a 2D game since I don't know when. You know, I mean, most of my 2D gaming obviously back on older consoles. You know, obviously 3D gaming's been pretty prevalent for a while. But this game is just fantastic. I mean, it's probably one of the only 2D games out there that I could play and enjoy. You know what I mean? Which goes a long way for somebody who's not a huge fan of 2D games in general.
Sure.
There's something about it that just makes it great anyway for me. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't even matter. It's just a good game.
All right.
You know?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You're too kind.
You don't even, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but you don't even sort of think of it as a 2D game. You know, it's just a game.
Yeah.
You know, you don't sort of think about it in 2D or 3D when you're playing it. You just think you're playing a game, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, and that's something that, like, you know, hearing that makes me really happy, obviously, because games, it would be nice if we were in a world where games are just kind of judged just on, you know, on merit, you know, not totally against, like, you know, whether it was made by like a giant team or, you know, like a 2-person production could be up there. Be nice.
Yeah.
And
especially,
for the most part, yeah, everyone, that's the kind of reception we've been getting, is everyone's just like, wow, this is awesome, and just 2-person team made it, great, fantastic. You know, no one's like by and large, everyone's been like really just, you know, supportive, nice, helpful, friendly, all the good adjectives.
Alright, let's try to do
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely mind blowing that it's just 2 of you guys. I mean, I would have been happy with half of what was in the game, you know, and we got way more.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, like I was. Oh wait. Oh, this is. All right. I've got to find a different sanctuary. We're gonna do this thing. Just do some sanctuary desecrating. Yeah. I think I probably said this last time we were talking about test QA and stuff, and how they like they had a test plan that they were like, all right, this is realistic, like you know, well, like this many hours in this feature, this many hours in that feature, like it all adds up, it all looks good. And then they, you know, this is before they really started playing the game. And they started playing the game, and they were like, so we got to here. Are we close to the end? You know? And I'm just like, you're about 30% in, maybe. You know, like that kind of. It was that kind of exchange, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna have to reevaluate like how much time we're gonna give to certain parts. Because yeah, I mean, you know, you look from the onset, it's like okay, this like I can see what you're doing here. You know, it's like Dark Souls light, but there is like a ton to it that isn't really evident at first. All right, let's I've got my evil metalhead. Let's do some evil metalhead stuff. Yeah. Damn. It's facing the wrong direction. Yeah, these NPCs are pretty. Yeah, there he goes. There he goes. You know
They
what?
absolutely murdered us on NG+.
Oh,
like,
that's
it was
awesome.
like it was just, and we got annihilated.
That's awesome. The Sanctuary NPCs are like these kind of Guardian guys that come out.
The Guardian guys.
Okay.
The Guardian
yeah.
guys really obliterated us.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, that was nasty.
The fire chip damage.
Wow, you got that parry down, Jesus.
It's almost like I played this a lot.
Yeah.
What you got? There he goes. And then, oh, that's, oh crap. Gee, oh, wow, that was a close one. I'm gonna take care of this guy first. He'll be a hassle otherwise. No, come on. Pretty much one shot from that. Man. Now, I should revive. Oh, okay, I revived here. I think if I teleported...
That moment where the dev dies to his own game, that's how hard you miss.
Yeah. I think, so I think if you teleport there, and then desecrate it, it'll try to respawn you in the doorway outside of it. And
Okay,
then,
yeah.
like,
It seemed like it was trying to do that, and then it worked sometimes, and then other times it didn't. I know we died a lot though, so I don't know if like after a certain amount of death, it just respawned you at the sanctuary.
Right. I guess I'm just gonna throw out that I was fighting the shadows of Yharnam, and then something weird happened. I died and I respawned. I'm talking about Bloodborne now, by the way. And I respawned in the shadows of Yharnam battle area, and this is on like New Game Plus 2, and like I respawned in the arena. And they weren't they were just idle, like they didn't fight me. So I was like, oh okay, I'll just kill them, because Bloodborne cheats.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Because you're like, no one will ever find out. No one will ever have to know. It'll be our secret.
Yeah. Until I tell. How many people are watching right now? How many people know my secret now?
Yeah. On XCOM, there was a bug that happened to me one day where, on XCOM 2, where the enemies just stopped taking their turn, like they just passed. And it just stayed, like, from mission to mission, and, like, I was like, I could probably beat the whole game this way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice when you get that.
That's really hard. That you catch a break like that. You're like, thank you.
Right. I think did you tell me to play XCOM last time we were chatting? I think you might have. Someone, or maybe just everyone always tells you to play XCOM. That might be the reality. Because yeah, I got I have XCOM 1 on Steam, and I played through the tutorial and never played beyond that. And but everyone always tells me I should do that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic game, and especially if you are like an old school gamer, which you probably are. It has such an old school strategy tabletop feel to it. It's really good.
Oh, jeez. Right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? I think these guys didn't always have like reaction animations, so I'm kind of used to not being able to interrupt that move, which actually makes it a lot easier. There, you're done. Oh crap.
Dude, those I can't count the amount of time those fucking horse guys have killed me.
Really?
It's ridiculous.
They're so much fun though. You just parry them, boom. Look at this. Look at this. Horse down. Yeah, when they're on foot, they're a hassle too.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's all about the parry. I'm a wicked man now. I've done wicked acts.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Right.
I just saw it.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Well, if he does, you can't parry his kick, so that kind of. There we go. There he goes, Dunsky.
Dude, that spear those guys have is so fucking long. But
That
parrying is about the only way you can
expunged.
deal with it.
Then you get your own little expunged window, and then now it's my sanctuary. Ta-da! Whoever.
If I'm not mistaken, the Scarecrow, I don't think there's a wrong thing to say to him. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, correct.
He just keeps moving around, no matter what you say.
He's always on the move. All right, so yeah, what am I up to now? I wonder. Oh, you know what?
I had a question.
There we go.
So the effects of sin. Now that you've done that, you can no longer change covenants or creeds, right? Like you can't go join another one without clearing it.
So that will be that's just particularly the 3. So if there's any if there are any other sanctuaries that are peopled by or claimed by the 3s, I wouldn't be able to enter them without them just becoming hostile. So, but I think actually, like, spoiler alert, I think that might be the only one. It's kind of more like if you start out from one creed, and then you join another creed and start killing all of your original creed, then you basically like just declared war on your home kind of thing, and then you'll end up with more problems where you're going from, you thought it was a safe place, and then oh yeah, that's right, I desecrated their sanctuary and insulted their god, and all that standard stuff.
Nice.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. I have to get a. Let's see. Where am I going? You know what? I think I should just head back. I'm just gonna head back because I need to. Oh.
One other thing I was hoping that you could show people when you get to this next sanctuary is the alchemist, how to transmute.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do just now.
I swear to God, we were halfway through the game before we figured out how to do that.
Oh, no kidding.
And I was like, oh my God, that's where all the weapons are.
Yeah, there's a lot of weapons.
I was like, oh no, I can't believe we made it this far and I didn't know this.
Right, there's a lot of weapons, and then to be fair, a lot of
the weapons all have the same movesets from the same class, so or from the same weapon type. So I mean that was one thing that people were kind of expecting based on Souls games is like, oh, different movesets for each weapon. It's like oh no, because the movesets for each weapon are a lot more a lot more kind of dynamic feeling from the start. You've got all sorts of like combos into air combos and stuff, and for the amount of work that we're capable of doing, it's
right.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I'm sure it's something you guys would have loved to have done, but again,
Yeah.
time.
Well, that was that was kind of like the most fun I was having when I was doing dev streams was just making like custom animations for all the different movesets, because there's a lot of them, and yeah, it was just like doing like with some of the spear. Actually, let me see if I can wield a standard. Oh yeah, I've just got a spear. Look at that thing. Yeah, so with my spear, I've got like this is weak attack, and this is a strong attack. That's a that's a strong attack when you're out of stamina. You kind of get some hang time there. Look at this. I'm running out of stamina, and then I do. It shouldn't look like that. It should look like this. That's how it should look. But let's see. So I can do like an XXY. I'm sorry. I'm speaking in Xbox numbers. Square, triangle, like that. And then I don't have enough stamina to pull it off. Yeah, but there's like another spin follow up, or I can do a square triangle for an uppercut like that. And there's air combos. If I am one-handing it, it's all its own animation, even though it kind of follows the same theme. The uppercut with that is kind of like a spin with the end of the butt of the spear. Oh, there we go.
Someone was asking if the whip has combos. I don't think it does it?
Not really. It's got it's just kind of got forward back. You kind of you do like a forehand, and then if you follow up, it's a backhand. But yeah, there's no lifter with the whip. You can do like a square triangle where it's like a whip into a slam, and then if you're whipping in the air, you get a 3-hit combo out of that. Whip is great for things like bats. I hate bats. Anything that just does that, like you get a really nice range with that whip.
Yeah, that's why I like the great sword. It has like a high arc that cuts through a lot of things.
Right. So let's see, I'm moving fast. Alright, cool. Yeah, there's 4 different rolling speeds. Like if I did...
Is it just 25, 50, 75% of those the breakpoints?
Yeah, 25, 50, 75, yep. And then you can be over encumbered even. Let's see if I can get myself... Actually, I wonder if I can. Might not be able to. But yeah, that's the heavy roll.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. That'll put me over. That's the over encumbered. And the funny thing about this, I hope no one really tries to make it a thing. But you might be able to still beat the game, because if you do like a square triangle lifter, that moves you forward. Right, so I can't jump at all, but I can do this lift that gets me forward. But otherwise, there's just no movement. So oh, and actually now I can do a little cosplay as this is the Sun Knight cosplay. Although I don't have his sword yet. So I don't... Oh, did I get the claymore? I should actually be able to make a sword.
I've pretty much fast rolled or mid rolled the entire game, but after the last 5 or 6 bosses, after watching Fex use she used some tower shield like class 4 that she could just sit there and tank and not die. Like she just hold block, and it was just like I was like, oh my god, like you could actually play the game that way. Like
that's
sit there
good to know.
Yeah, like
yeah.
She would have. I watched her on the last boss have like a sliver of health, and she was like pinned into a corner, and she just held block, and the boss couldn't even hit her.
That's good to
Couldn't
know.
do any damage.
Yeah, because shields start out pretty bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was always, because like my preferred build is not very defensive, more about rolling. So like I put all the stats in, but there were situations that I never really tried out.
Yeah, I think they get better, later on when you find some better shields.
Right.
I mean, the parrying is probably what they're good for, just running around a level. But bosses, I don't know how many bosses you can parry. I haven't tried it.
Yeah,
But
you can't actually like parry counter any bosses right now. Well, right now the game's done, so yeah, at all. I was thinking about it, but it just never really. I didn't want kind of like a learn to new situation. That's like the weirdly easy way to win every time. Maybe you were hoping for a Lord of Cinder situation. To each their own, really.
No, I'm using the light armor. I like the dodging around.
Cool. Yeah.
Sort of a Bloodborne-ish playstyle for me, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that was like, it's kind of amazing. I started this pretty much after I got obsessed with Dark Souls. Before Dark Souls 2 was even announced, it was just like I think a lot of indie developers really had kind of just an exactly similar situation where it was like something about all the crunch, all the crunch with the stats. It just really was amazing, Whoa.
It's like Kraken. Yeah, this will be fun.
Piece of cake, really, right?
Speaking of, I just saw they released or IGN put out some footage today of some new armor sets from Dark Souls 3.
Souls 3.
Yeah, and they're all throwbacks to Dark Souls 1, most of them, which is pretty cool. Like they have the Shadow set and the Eastern armor set, and a couple ones, fan favorites basically. They look really cool. I'm super excited about that. What happens to your devotion if you sin and leave your creed but want to join again? Rich asks.
It'll reset to 0, and you can re-get all of your devotion. There it goes. Easy! I'm so good at this. Way easier than that Jester.
Yeah, the third lamb, somebody in the chat is saying it can't beat the third lamb. That boss absolutely destroyed us. I think Vex and I died about 8 times.
Oof.
That boss. It was brutal.
Yeah. If you follow his backstory, it's really sad. But I don't know if you wanna. I mean, it's all in there. Like if you get the Inquisitor's ashes, and then you get the third lamb's beak, and I think just between those, that kind of tells you the story of them.
I'll have to go check it out. I haven't read all the item descriptions because I've been so busy just trying to get the wiki put together, but when I have a minute, I probably should do that.
Yeah, just make sure you read them in English.
Yeah. Well, luckily for me, I'm speaking Spanish right now. You can tell.
Right. See.
Yeah. Oh my god, can you hear my cat right now?
Wow, that was a cat. Okay,
Yeah.
so no one's dying. That's the fortunate takeaway from that.
Yeah, that's the way my cat meows, like the world is ending.
Oh wow,
Pet,
that is.
The world is ending. I'm hungry, the world is ending.
That's the most
Nothing's
tragic.
happening, the world is ending.
That's probably the most tragic meow I've ever heard.
He just turned my volume on my laptop.
Oh,
That's what that was.
wow. That's like the most meddling cat I've ever
Oh,
heard of.
yeah, he's a meddler.
Yeah,
He's also adorable, but
a meddler.
Yeah.
A meddler still.
yeah.
Oh, hello, friend. Let's see. So yeah, now I can buy soldiers' poems. Get a bunch of those. Oh, Yeah, just same deal. The boss armor was added. Actually, I think Franz, German spy, made us do that. You know, add all the boss.
Oh, add the boss armor.
Yeah, it came in kind of late, but but it was kind of like one of those things where it was like, I want to cosplay as bosses, you know.
Right. I really like the other creeds, like the couple that are like hidden. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
Cool.
Like I like the fact they have like the gold armor set. One of them is pretty cool. I can't remember what it's called exactly.
Yeah, is it is it the Fool and the Prophet, or the House of? It's the House of Splendor. Actually, it used to be 2 creeds, and then I rolled them into one.
Yeah, I saw that there were like 9 icons, but only I think 7 made it in.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there were 2 more. There was, well, yeah, the Fool and the Prophet was supposed to be one. The House of Splendor was supposed to be another, but they just kind of got rolled into one. And then there was the Coven of Dust, which kind of got rolled into the Order of Betrayer. That's kind of like the catch-all evil creed. Cause yeah, I mean, it's not like Covenants and Dark Souls. They all have like really specific online play features. Like Creeds and Salt and Sanctuary are more RP role-playing flavor than anything.
Yeah.
So
I wonder how you can expand on it, because I'm sure you can, you know, given time and resources. I'm sure you guys will think of all kinds of interesting ways if you guys make a sequel too. Because you guys have like such a good base here, like you don't really need to change a whole lot. I mean, you just need to make more of it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like Michelle's just like, she's like, just focus on the PC side of it, because that's like a problem I have, is I'll be doing you know, like finishing one game and like already I'm excited about the next idea and the next idea and the next idea. So
yeah,
like, yeah. Tell me like you want to see a sequel and like you'll never see the PC release of this, because I'll just get, oh my gosh, Nico, did you learn nothing? Off. Oh, and she puts her foot in my coffee cup.
My cat is rolling on my keypad of my laptop right now. He's like rubbing himself on it, like petting himself against my keypad.
He's just like, yes. That's it.
I've had him crawl on it before, and I like try and pull him off, and he'll like grab the keys and pull the keys off my keyboard on my laptop, and it's just like, why are you doing this? What have I ever done to you? But yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for like, you know, what comes next. I would love to see a sequel. I'm sure you guys, you know, you have all these ideas that, you know, you would have loved to got in there. I'm excited to see like what, you know, maybe with a little more budget and a little, you know, maybe, I don't know if you would hire people, or I mean, would you guys ever, you know, expand your studio? I don't know how that would work, you know. I don't know if these are things you guys have even thought about.
Yeah, no, that's a possibility. Everyone's been telling me, because you know, I've kind of been throwing out lame excuses about like multiplayer coding. Everyone's like, could you hire a programmer? Hire a programmer. And I'm like, well, I'd rather just get to the point where I can do it myself. You know, like for me, it's kind of like you know, it's like a matter of backing down from a challenge. You know, I'm like, I wanna show that I can do it. You know, but then yeah, if it's like the kind of thing where you know, it would just help so much to have a multiplayer programmer, then I mean, I might have to just eat my pride and you know, eat my pride and make it happen. That's what it's kind of interesting, because that so like for making this game, you know, or making any of the games we made, it kind of follows these kind of 2 totally disparate like aspects of game dev, where the first is just this kind of just mad, like sort of drunk with freedom feeling, where you can just be totally creative, add whatever you want, just throw it in there. It's your game, just have fun, go nuts. And then the second half is when you're trying to, you know, fix the bugs, get ready for cert, oh, that's funny, he's attacking that. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. You know, get all this stuff sorted, and that to me is just the no fun at all part. You know, I love it when I get to be creative, and I hate it when I just have to focus on stuff like optimization and certification and just really weird corner case bugs that I thought I fixed a million years ago, like all that kind of stuff. It drives me crazy. So another developer I was talking to, the guy who did Apotheon, what he does is like it's kind of what I wanted to do, but never but never quite figured out how. He basically like he'll do that. He'll work on the first half himself, and then he's hired a programmer who does the second half for him. You know, that's just kind of the guy who does the boring, stressful stuff because he doesn't mind. You know, and
Yeah.
And I mean, it seems like it's working out really well for him. I forgot the name of his second game. It was kind of like a roguelike zero gravity mechs kind of game. But yeah, his name is Lee though. Lee Vermeulen. I don't know. He's a nice guy. We got dinner with him at PSX in Vegas last time.
Oh, nice.
We all got, you know, $18 margaritas.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't know about the $18 margarita until Vegas, because I always heard, you know, Vegas, it's just like everyone's just throwing alcohol at you everywhere you go, and I'm just like, oh, that's, you know, and like at some point we were stuck in the airport, going from you know, California to back to New York, back when we lived there, and you know we're stuck in the airport for like 4 or 5 hours. We're like, well, you know, let's just have a. What? Oh yeah, kill all the cat bacteria. Make sure that cat bacteria is really dead. But you know, it's like, oh yeah, in Vegas, you know, drinks everywhere. So yeah, we got a drink, and I think it was like a $14. Like it was at that point the most expensive margarita I'd ever, or the most expensive drink, hands down, I'd ever purchased.
Wow.
People
Yeah,
complaining
that's
like people complaining about game prices, like probably
yeah,
not
your
old enough to.
margarita costs as much as your game.
I know, probably not old enough to drink, because geez, like once you get there and you're just like, oh okay, everyone's having wine, I'll have a wine too. It's like $9.50 for that glass right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah,
believe
no.
that when
I don't go out drinking for that reason. It's too damned expensive.
Right, yeah. That was like one just bit of shock. 'Cause actually,
Yeah.
I never did the fake ID thing. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I never did that either.
And yeah, so when I was 21 and people are starting to go out, and I'm just like, oh wow, you can do this, and I'm like, how do people do this? How is this a thing where it's like, hey, it's Saturday night, let's go out for some shots when like, you know, everything is like close to $10. How do you do that?
What you do is you go there and you hang out for like an hour, and then you buy like a 12-pack and you head back to your place. That's what you do.
That was a thing that happened a bit.
Yeah, or you do vice versa, and you drink and then go to the bar for like an hour.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, the whole picture, like especially from you know, like watching, I don't know, like any movie where there's like I'm, for some reason I'm thinking of like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels when they got the. Have you seen that movie? It's like they got a bunch of money in it, and then they were celebrating and just drinking like their lives were ending kind of thing. And it's just, you know, it's like this montage that was shot really kind of cool, in a cool way. And like looking at that and then like finding out how much a beverage actually costs, you're like, how the heck do you even enjoy that? Because the whole time you're thinking like, all my money is going into this like experience that I'm gonna forget really soon. You know?
Yeah, it's something that you don't do very often. You know, you do it for special occasions, and then it's sort of like, you know, a treat. Yeah.
Right. Michelle wants to take my headset away from me. She gave me some mac and cheese. She wants to play, and then she's gonna talk. I'm just gonna sit here and silently eat some macaroni and cheese.
Alrighty.
Wait. Okay. Here, you just take over. You take my whole works.
Now I get to be the static talker.
James, your voice.
Suddenly more feminine.
Suddenly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to make James eat.
That's good.
We haven't eaten today.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the
Jesus,
call.
it's
It's
like-
just my mic is muted on there. He's gonna jump in on my headset now. He'll
I
listen.
cannot get my cat to sit down. So you make homemade mac and cheese, or
It's just it's a box of Amy's
uh,
mac and cheese.
You're making me hungry. Actually, that sounds really good. I like mac and cheese a lot.
Oops. Squish. Get off me. These headphones, man. I don't know about these headphones, James. Just pull down the headset.
You know, I was thinking I probably should add you guys on
It's
PSN
on
at some
backwards,
point.
James. Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Michelle, can you hear me in
Yep.
your head? Okay.
Yeah.
In her head.
So my
Yes.
mic sounds really good from your headset.
Show off.
It does. You should get my headphones.
Hey, I have a question for you again.
Yeah.
Do you? This is a wiki-related question. Apologies. I'll probably have a few
No, no
more of
worries.
these today. For the weapons, we have values that are sort of somewhat listed, but I don't. You guys don't have a separate like. This is your damage. This is how much is from scaling. So it's all sort of wrapped into one damage value. Do you guys have like a file that shows the like the base values with like no stat modifier?
James.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You asked me this before, and I think I said I was gonna try to set it up, and then I never did.
So I guess
Um.
we do not have that currently. This is weird
Yeah.
jumping in on someone else's character that I am not used to.
He's got a mace and he's got a cage for a head.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You don't have the chat up, James. That's difficult for me.
Importance in that order. Mace, then cage on the head.
Oh god.
Man, 3,000 people in the chat.
How can it, James? Can you? Your computer is a mess. Can you bring up the chat for me? On your computer?
I don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to.
I don't know how to do it. I'll just tell you what they're saying.
Is it only? Yeah. Is it only capturing the your game and not your monitor?
Right.
Okay, good. So you have 1,000 tabs open. I'm gonna go to Twitter.
Someone said they're an expensive date because they like cocktails. Yeah, those cocktails, man.
Trouble. There we
Mhm.
go. Here's Stram. Here's Stram in chat.
I don't know how to do it. I'll just tell you what they're saying.
Is it only? Yeah. Is it only capturing the your game and not your monitor? Cool. Okay. I got to. I'm in James's seat and Gato's like, "What are you doing? This is too weird for me." Gato, you are in the way a little bit. Or a lot. Jeez. You're messing me up.
So James showed us how to desecrate a sanctuary.
Yeah.
So he's going to hell.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I think it's a cool element to the game. It's a little side thing. Plus, they give drops. The Guardians give drops that you can make weapons out of, which I think only can be made from the Guardians. So, of note for people watching.
This character is pretty slow.
Yeah, he was fat rolling. Oh yeah, still fat rolling.
I'm gonna have to get used to playing a slow bee. Man, how do you do this, James?
He
Can't
parries a
handle
lot.
it. Yeah. So he plays the game skillfully. I'm really used to being fast. Is your phone ringing? James's phone. Oh, weird. Oh. I'm gonna practice parrying here. That was not parry. There we go. Those parries, man, I love them. I love them so much. They're so brutal.
They look wicked. I really need to practice them, but I've honestly been playing just like two-handing my weapon, so I haven't really practiced. And now I'm using a great shield, and it has like a shield bash.
Oh, you
but I really need to find
like
I need to find a good parry shield.
Yeah, you can do it just two-handing it too. Why is that being sent to me or to your phone? That's weird. Yeah. Weird. My doctor apparently called James's phone.
Oops.
It's weird. Not really sure why they have his number to call.
So, people are asking about weapons in the chat. The way it works is, when you go to a stone alchemist, or I can let you explain it if you want. Probably better.
What is the specific question
The specific questions, I got two questions. How do you transmute the Haymaker Scythe? And how do you get the Great Scissor weapon?
Good question. James! He knows a lot better than I do.
So, again, kind of forgetting precisely which
Good, it's not
monsters.
just me.
Right. I think the I think they're called Wrathful Dead. They're the witches with the exploded skulls. I think they're the ones whose bindings let you get the Great Scissor. But that might have been changed. It's so horrible. So much stuff like changed at the last minute, or along the way. So I got used to one thing one way, and then now I don't even know our own game anymore.
Right? It's so sad. People are gonna know our own game better than we are pretty soon here.
I'm working on it. One of the things I want to mention is that if you go to a stone alchemist and you don't have the drop from the enemy to convert the whatever weapon type to whatever weapon you want, it won't show that you can, like, it doesn't list the ones you can make and the materials you're missing. Like, it doesn't display it until you've picked up the material. So
Right.
The only way to know like what weapons you can make before time would be to consult the wiki. Or just go around and kill enemies and then keep checking the alchemist to see if you can make new stuff. Because every time you pick up an enemy drop, you can make basically a new weapon at the alchemist, assuming you have the appropriate thing like the idol or the shimmering pearl or whatever to go along with that.
Get that guy's ear, you can make his weapon.
Oh, that was horrible.
It's one of my favorites.
He hit me into the traps and the traps killed me. That's a very good question. Why don't we keep a spreadsheet of changes? James. Because we're scrappy and
He keeps it all locked
organizing.
up there in the steel trap.
It's like when you see pictures of artists' workspace and they're a complete mess and it's just dirty and messy and that things are everywhere. That's us. And that's exactly how we make games too.
Yeah.
Were you saving your pearls for anything? Were you saving your pearls for something?
Oh, not particularly. No.
Oh, okay, you were just leveling up and not putting points.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, we actually have like a big document of of not so much changes, but all the current stats, but they have changed over time, and remembering all 600 so items and their specific details gets pretty crazy. So,
Is there anything? Is there anything you wanted here? Like, what kind of? Do you want to be class 1 shield or
I was just going toward heavy armor.
heavy armor? Oh, okay.
All the heavy armor.
All that.
Oh my god, by the way, the like samurai armor is amazing looking.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool.
That was
cool.
that was a thing from our Twitch channel. Someone was like, "You should put samurai armor in," and we did.
We did it. I think James sent me a reference that he liked, and I made the original draft of it, and then he like fixed it up to be more what he wanted.
Someone's asking. I know you guys have mentioned this, and he's aware of it, but he's asking if people can expect online play at some point.
We're thinking about it later on. It's going to depend a bit on how well the game does. If that's something we want to support, but it's, you know, something we want to do. You can actually kind of cheese online play with the share play. I'm not entirely sure how they did it, but I think it was Peeve and Yuka's Legion figured out how to do that. So you can actually co-op together. Not quite. There you go, yeah.
Zootis just killed Murdy LML. That's where the samurai armor is, up there.
Oh, Murdilla? Murdia?
Murdiella.
Are you saying Murdia?
It's Murdiella.
Murdiella?
Yeah,
it's just
dude,
spelled wrong there.
There's
Yeah.
some rough bosses in the game. There are definitely moments where you're like, fuck yes! I know Vex and I have given multiple high fives when we have beaten bosses.
Thanks, Zootis.
I think I want a leader here.
Bummer Blitz. Yeah, and not only is it like, you know, kind of a weird workaround to do that, but you have to trust the person that you're giving that control to.
Yep.
You know. Oh yeah, I started telling that whole thing about you know, that one kid who like gave his Destiny account to someone who said he would boost him, and then like he got up to get like a, you know, like a drink, and then when he got back, the guy had deleted all of his characters.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was, and like it was kind of crazy with the because like he uploaded it all, you know, and he actually like kind of started crying when it happened. Like it was
Poor
super.
kid.
I know. I mean, he was like
You
14,
think
15 years old.
Bungie could figure out how to fix that, or not?
I don't know.
Not fix it, but like get his character back, because there's things I know from working at a certain other MMO company.
That they have ways.
They don't tell people about it, but they have ways, and I think it's like a pain in the butt, but.
Oh, look at those two guys. Yeah, I remember seeing all that stuff. That was so excruciating. Oh well, it's because he was live streaming. He was like, okay, I'm gonna let someone take over, and they're gonna boost my character. And
That
then,
is like a lot of trust in a stranger, unless
Yeah.
it was in front of his being a dick. Ah, fire.
I think-
Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
type of friends I like, ones that are dicks.
Right.
That awkward silence after you say that.
I'm doing
Right.
better. I'm doing better now.
Overlord armor should be heavy.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's what Fex is rocking. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
her whole NG Plus playthrough.
Alright, this is where this sucker threw me into the trap.
I'm still missing like 5 armor sets, I think, for light. Like, I still haven't found them all. There's just so much stuff to do in the game. I just haven't had time to explore every little thing.
Right. There's always a chance too that because that one document we sent you includes like everything. There's a chance that some stuff on the document isn't actually in the game too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, like, we were like halfway through our NG Plus playthrough yesterday, and we just figured out how to open illusory walls.
Oh yeah.
So we're like, oh no, how many do we miss? You know?
Right. Yeah.
And that's just like one of the things where I'm talking about. Like, you keep playing, and all of a sudden, you know, you're 20 some hours into the game, and then you discover some simple thing that you didn't know, and you're like, holy shit, this changes everything. Now I have to go check every wall.
Right. Yeah, a friend of ours was like going nuts trying to find. There's like you can see a little glowing pickup around the Queen of Smiles, and he was going nuts trying to find it, and I was like, so there are, you know, hidden doors, and he was like, okay, don't tell me anything else. You know.
This guy. Do you have any ranged on you? I guess you have a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Self bow.
You hit the circle button.
These things. They're like as bad as Castlevania creatures. Oh wow! Owie! Ow! Ow!
Yeah, there was actually a point where there was a woman from Microsoft that I met at like I think it was at PAX or something, and like we were friends on Xbox, but I forgot that her name was you know who she was, like, and we ended up playing like Gears of War,
Oh no!
and I just like assumed it was like a 12-year-old kid, because you know she just kind of had a I mean, like you assume when there's like a random name on your friends list, if it sounds like that, like it's just, I don't know. It feels like it's easier to assume that it's like a child than it is, than it is a female.
Oh, with their voice, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a number of people think I'm a child when I'm playing games. And I'm actually more okay
my God.
with them. I'm more okay with people thinking I'm a kid than actually a woman, just because the way people are on live.
They're like, girl.
That's awful.
Oh man, my stream is oh, there it goes. It was doing the dots.
Oh no, not the dot.
Oh
dot.
no, the dreaded
Oh, no,
dots.
dots.
Everybody now.
Yeah, I like bow and arrow.
I've only played with it a little bit. I am so bad with it. I need practice.
Gamers need more. I met my wife, a woman, through
It's true.
gaming. True story.
Your wife is a woman.
Truth. That's true.
Kind of feel like that kind of went without saying, but I mean.
I met my wife, comma, a woman.
I called myself a fanboy yesterday, and somebody, or the chat was just going like, "What? Why would you call yourself a fanboy? That's weird." Like, I don't know, just words.
Because it's a term. I
It's
don't
just a
know.
term.
Right.
Would you
Well, every
say
time-
fangirl?
Well, because
I don't know.
everyone else
Fan-
everyone else was saying like the word fanboy about things, and I was like, yeah, something fanboy myself, and they're like, that's funny. You are a woman.
That's
You're
why
like,
whenever
yes,
you
last time I checked.
whenever Michelle appears in like some article, it's always like Michelle Jewett Silva, a woman, said this.
Well, it's funny, sometimes I get referred to as wife. Like, I don't remember where I saw it. There's some article that actually, like, there was a typo and they just referred to me as wife.
Oh, that's pretty
And,
good.
oh, Jesus, guys.
Well, I was thinking of like Kotaku did a write-up once where it was like so-and-so stayed with a developer and his wife, and it's
Yeah,
we're,
that was it.
we're both developers.
Yeah, that's sexism in the gaming industry for you right there,
God damn these things.
or just
I know,
in general.
From Kotaku, you know.
Oh, that doesn't shock me at
Oh,
all.
is that
dude.
like
I mean,
one of the other times we've been in Kotaku?
I mean, you guys were at E3. I mean, you saw it. It's everywhere. You know, like they have booth babes everywhere. You don't see booth dudes. You know.
Occasionally, but not
Every
not
now
too
and then,
much.
yeah, we got Kratos was everywhere.
Kratos, yeah. He didn't talk. He was interesting.
Yeah,
He was
I don't
super
know.
in character the entire time.
That's what I wonder about. Yeah, was he just like, hey, if I remain in character, I don't have to talk to every jackass that wants to make some lame joke. Because yeah, he just went around with this kind of snarly face the whole time. And,
He's
and-
funny. Yeah, even in the lunchroom, he was
Mhm. Yeah.
he was just grimacing the whole time. And one of his helpers asked him if he needed water, and he just kind of grimaces and nods. Like, I wonder if talking ruins the makeup.
It might.
Oh yeah.
There,
Yeah.
you
had.
were continuing in the Red Hall cages, right?
That's what I was working at. But,
Okay.
I can
Where
go
are
in
you
there.
now? I'm
I
trying to see where
really need to find a shrine.
Yeah, you have like
Oh,
your
head
wounding
to the
is
left.
like unbelievable at the moment.
I what?
Your wounding,
if-
like your health bar is like half.
Yeah.
What, James?
Where are you now? Oh
I
man, yeah,
went
go.
outside and talked to the knight.
Yeah, keep going left. Oh man, love those stars.
So, Fex says that we're gonna have a Fextra party in a few years after we save enough, and we're gonna have guys in skimply butler
That's
outfits as waiters.
Or down there.
Nice.
Just hear them.
I hope
up
I am
left.
not one of those butlers.
You could pull it off.
Well,
Oh,
thank
I'm
you.
right here. Holy cow, that's right.
Fex says
This
they'll be
game,
sure to
man.
invite Kotaku.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't know how much I want to say, but I've heard that there are people who actually, like, who are freelancers for them, wrote articles, and they never ran them. I'm like, what is going on with Kotaku and us? Like, is it a self-fulfilling prophecy because we keep talking about them not covering us, or what? Is it something we said? Did we make fun of somebody by accident one time? Like, I don't know. It's kind of an ongoing joke, but I don't think there's actually anything there, but there's an ongoing joke about it.
Yeah, you go to Kotaku, tag Salt and Sanctuary, and the last thing is from August of 2014 about how the game is coming to Vita.
Right. It's
Wow.
a game like Diablo that is coming to Vita. They may have
Wow.
changed that description, but yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I forgot you were here. You little turd. Oh, there's two of you. Oh shit! Of course. Oh my god. That was like a Titanic. One of those scenes in Titanic when the guy falls and hits the propeller.
Hits the propeller.
That's what happened just now. Ouchies. How about a robot butler or a monkey butler?
I could be wrong, but I think Vex prefers men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just nice to see a change, you know? Like a fresh change. Where do I want to go?
Someone asked me earlier if you can die to inverse gravity when you're upside down. I was like, can confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are there? Oh wait, yeah, there are
Yeah,
good
there's
places where
places
in the
where you
in
can
the
fall
cave.
far enough to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
These guys are walking around like they're buddies. I want that to be like a story.
Oh, I cannot wait to watch you fight the Tree of Men. Fuck that boss. Oh my god.
Right.
I got stuck on him on one of my early characters.
God, he's brutal.
It's like I got
He's just-
every one of the little floating tortured men on him killed, and I couldn't figure out like which one I had missed.
Yeah, the Queen of Smiles is yeah, I mean a lot of enemies you can tank the hits pretty decently. Like I think the Jester does pretty low poise damage, and same with the Queen of Smiles.
I should have bought more arrows.
But yeah, Demon Souls was a game I played later.
Yeah,
And
actually
I-
ended up playing it after Dark Souls.
Yeah, you did too.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Thank God too, because I probably would have never been able to get through it otherwise.
Yeah, it was it's funny because like in some ways it felt like a lot crisper than Dark Souls, but yeah, it like I don't know, it didn't feel as cohesive I guess as Dark Souls. It felt like it I don't know, like it felt really like a kind of like a AA budget kind of like a Deadly Premonition kind of thing, you know. It wasn't really here or there, you know. But then like Dark Souls just kind of all brought it together really well. And then going from Dark Souls to Demon Souls, it was like okay, I can see where this stuff started, but like you gotta add some polish.
Yeah, I think that you can like really see the evolution of the series. You know, so even throwing Bloodborne in there.
Oh yeah.
Start to see like they had certain ideas and they tried to get them to work or didn't get them to work, and then maybe they didn't like them and they went with something else. And I'm really curious to see with Dark Souls 3 how it all kind of comes together. Like, because now they've made several games and they're taking the best of what they think the best parts of each game are and putting it together basically into one game. You know.
Were you afraid to play Dark Souls out of fear that? Well, I mean, while we were playing it, we were basically playing. I mean, most of it was playing Dark Souls 2 because that first Dark Souls 2 came out, and then Bloodborne came out. I think like at that point, I was like, I wasn't playing Dark Souls 1 so much, except for I had like the this constant quest to try to do like a soul level 1 run, which I actually the farthest I got with soul level 1 was beating the 4 kings and becoming a dick wraith. And then, like,
I remember you doing that.
So then I was like, oh, okay, I can be a Dark Wraith, and like I invaded a few times, and I was like, this is horrible. so I just kind of like lost the drive to carry on, you know. But mostly it was like Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne is what we were playing while we were making this. And
God,
like with
I
that,
can't imagine this with fucking invasions.
I
Can you
know,
imagine
right?
this? You're like playing and someone invades you. You're like, fuck.
I'd kind of have a good time watching the way people dance around when they're running away or getting ready to fight somebody. You know the shuffle that you kind of do, where you're just
Yeah,
like,
like
shuffle,
let me
shuffle,
like
shuffle,
see what they're gonna do, what type
Yeah.
of moves they're gonna pull.
Yeah.
Sort of like run up, run back, run up, run back. In a
Dating
circle.
is life. It's awesome.
I really love just how cool it feels to wall jump. You just
Yeah,
feel
like
like
the wall.
you feel super rad. You're like, I'm cool. I can jump off walls. A little bit of
I
parkour.
like how the character just like sits there for a second too. If you just like
Yeah,
move
you
it.
kind of
There's that like
cling to
Ninja
the wall.
Gaiden
Like
feel to it.
yeah, exactly. Boop. Let's boop this. Play a little bit of Angry Birds.
Yeah, I
here.
get my fill of being a dick in the Division. Like you can go out in the dark zone and just murder people. That's about as much fun as I get. I get a lot in that game.
Right? I know. Should we like? It's funny. I'm like, should I just play the Division? It seems like everyone's. I don't know. Well, now that we don't have to. Actually, I can't say now that we don't have to worry about this anymore because we have to.
We do
you know,
have to worry about it.
We do have to worry about it. Yeah, we have to.
Patch the things.
We have to patch the love out of it. The love into it. But like basically this whole month I haven't.
There's a blocking
played.
standoff going on here. Oops.
This whole month I haven't really been able to play video games, and if I tried to, I probably wouldn't enjoy them just because I've been just so, you know, just like possessed by this.
Right.
And yeah, so you know, like Division came out and everyone's playing it. I'm like, should I play that? Like we were playing Destiny a bunch. We kind of fell off of that after House of Wolves, and then everyone's like, you gotta get back into Destiny, you know, and we're just like, we don't need like another time sink. We have to finish to finish
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah, I've sort of been, you know, I don't know, trying not to play the Division too much because it has that very like addictive, like, oh, I got a better gun, oh, I got a better thing, like every time you go out and do stuff, and I could just totally see myself spending lots and lots of time like farming equipment, and I don't have a lot of time. You know, we
Should
have
I
Dark
blow
Souls
all
3.
of James's money on this mask?
Do it. I'm that's the mask I'm wearing in my game right now because it's so cool.
Yeah, that was the thing with Division. So like Michelle doesn't like any sort of modern military games. So
It's
that's
not
like a.
not liking them. I just don't care for them. I
How is
like
that? How is that different?
So okay, because it's like it's a disinterest more than it is a hate. I
Oh,
hate it. You know, it's just
gotcha.
a disinterest. I do like futuristic, futuristic style.
Like Mass Effect.
No, I
Destiny.
don't really care for Mass
Not-
Effect.
you know, like-
I'm talking about futuristic FPS.
Way to go,
games.
James.
Right.
I do
Yeah, I
like
think,
Dragon Age a lot, but if we're talking
I
about
think-
first-person shooters here, I like more robot-y kind of thing.
Hello.
Vex doesn't really like shooters. Like she doesn't mind the modern or futuristic elements of games, but she just doesn't. She gets motion sick, so I don't think she really.
Oh man, she's
like
probably
the-
gonna hate Doom.
Yeah,
The
I
new-
don't think
new
you'll
Doom?
probably.
Yeah,
like it.
like that's. I'm excited for the new Doom. I
I don't
actually
know how many hours I spent playing
Oh god!
like Windows
without-
3.1.
At least I found that Sanctuary there. That's good.
the old
Yeah, I found
I
the Splendor.
actually, you know, like so when I was younger, I had a it's like everyone had a PC and then we had a Mac, and like so Macs didn't have Doom, but they had a game called Marathon, which was actually like the oh jeez. They had a game called Marathon, which was
I gotta find my salt bat. There you are. Oh jeez.
it was like Bungie's kind of like attempts to be like, we can make a better Doom, and like in some ways it was, in some way, I mean it was more like a thinking man's Doom was kind of how I I would like to view it. And I feel like in a lot of ways it was like a predecessor to Halo. You know, it had a lot of like the weapon design was similar. Um, but yeah, I didn't have a lot of Doom growing up. But when Doom 3 came out, I got obsessed with that. And I had the whole obsession was about like getting the best graphics card I could to get the shadows to all work in real time and so yeah, with Doom, the new Doom coming out, like
Just don't let me die here. That'd be so stupid.
I'm excited about the Doom.
These skulls are awful.
Vex, we played the Uncharted multiplayer beta. She's really good at that. Oh my god, she's really good at the multiplayer PvP in that. It's crazy because I don't play many PvP games with her, like hardly any at all, and she gets into that and she just destroys people, and it's so weird. Because she's all, miss co-op, I hate PvP, and then she goes into Uncharted and just wrecks people, and you're like, oh my god, this is weird. I don't know if I can handle this.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't played I haven't played Uncharted on wait, there's a new beta, right, for 4.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it ended like last week, I think.
Yeah, I think I played 2 a bit, and I don't know, I couldn't get in the multiplayer. Same thing with like Tomb Raider multiplayer. Like, I don't know, it seems kind of like the really really character driven multiplayer ones. I don't know, I can't really get into them that much. Same thing with Last of Us, and I heard Last of Us multiplayer is great, but
it's fantastic. It's really good,
right? Just never got into it. What's my problem?
They're different though. The Last of Us is very tactical, and like Uncharted is very run and gun.
Right.
Yeah, because he's a day vampire.
Yeah. I know, right? That's what I want to see, because the cutscenes are so like just lifelike. Is there no sound in the game? Is there no sound?
I'm hearing sound, but I don't know if it's recording.
Oh no, I hear sound.
I hear sound. Sounds fine.
Yeah. But yeah, with like, I guess with Last of Us, it feels more forgivable because everyone's just pretty grungy and grody. But with Uncharted, like he's such a rugged, handsome guy. He always just.
I don't need to go that way. I'm just.
He always just looks like just the right amount of like just rugged, but like a little dirty, but just the right amount. But it's like so lifelike. And then like you go into the game and like he gets shot in the face like 6 times, and then it goes back to a cutscene, and he's just like, "Wow, that was close." And you're like, "No, it wasn't. You got shot in the face. You're dead."
Oh, wow! I didn't die. I kind of like bounced off the wall and then was fine.
Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if there are any kind of like weird glitches with falling damage that people are going to be able to exploit for.
Oh yeah, right.
For speed.
Oh, one of the things I found that you can do is if you're falling, and you cast a prayer like right before the ground, it'll stop you, like right because it stops you midair.
No kidding. Huh.
Yeah. So I haven't tried doing it from a really large height, but it saved me once from like taking some damage.
Huh.
So if you like are really falling, you can just cast a prayer like right at the end, and I don't know if there's a point where you fall too far that you can't use any skills, because this was just a very short drop compared, but that was interesting. Yeah.
This is weird. Yeah, Milan Simanye or Milan. I don't know. Someone in the chat is like, "Is there no sound? No sound? No sound? Anyone? No sound? No one cares. I guess I'm leaving." And, because you can't hear us because we're saying, yeah, there is sound.
Right.
Oh my god, we're idiots. Yeah. I mean, I'm an idiot. You guys aren't.
Oh well, yeah. Doom 3 was a reboot, and they still called it Doom 3. Doom 4 is also a reboot, but they're calling it just Doom. I think maybe Doom 3 came out before like the concept of the reboot was such a, just well trod concept.
Let's put it
Yeah, I don't know.
here.
Like they used to just sequel everything back then.
Hello, Alchemist
So
lady.
what's what's Michelle gonna use? Are you gonna switch it up, or are you gonna keep going the Morningstar?
I'm gonna see what I can do. This lady.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
I don't have Idle Amber.
So favorite creeds, go.
Oh, I kind of just go for the generic 3. Even though it's actually, if you read the lore of the 3, they're kind of like their genesis is they're kind of horrible. It's kind of like an empire where they like the old gods were kind of widely accepted, and then at some point, kind of the leadership of the 3 decided that they were like some king, when he died, was like ascended to godhood, and now everyone had to worship him, and then they started like imposing their new gods on all the neighboring nations, and it was kind of a mess. So like so yeah, they're not pleasant people, but just because it's always kind of felt like the default creed, so I just kind of gravitate toward that one. That said, I like the poisoner ones, but I don't like the leaf eating animation. I should have fixed that if I didn't like it.
Right.
But when you eat the leaf, it covers your whole face in leaf, and then it disappears. I never got over that, and I never fixed it. But I like how poison-centric they are. I like poison.
So I have a question then, lore-wise. The Forgotten King boss, is that supposed to be the 3?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Sorry, major spoilers.
Yeah. It's I mean, kind of a lot of this kind of, I don't know, maybe hidden theme. I don't know how much it really comes out of the game. Is that everyone's kind of worshiping all these gods that may or may not mean nothing, but it's just kind of the idea of faith in an unknown that is kind of lending them power, even if they find out that the being behind the veil is just is just an empty husk. There still was somehow that power that kept them going, kept them united, kept them fighting, and that's maybe more of a secret theme than something that's really out in the open. But that's how I feel about the game.
Yeah, I think when you fight those bosses though, and you read their items, you will kind of realize that you'll kind of get it.
I'll have to go do that.
Playing now, it is impossible. Beat the dragon.
Which
Oh, probably
he's
the Kraken worm.
Probably yeah, that boss. It's like he's a whole different genre of difficulty when you get there. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff you can jump over too.
Yeah, there's like, when you figure out where all the attacks actually go, there's things that you can do that, yeah, playing it early on, I didn't realize. Oh, jeez. Yeah,
I think like if I could write the real Salt and Sanctuary starts here, I would put it in the Castle of Storms, because it's like you walk in there and you're like, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
Right. Like, it seemed arbitrary that we were saying keep all content before the Castle of Storms before launch, but really, we knew what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh man, were you trying to get hit by those scythes?
No. Come on, man.
Something that's really interesting is that, like, on NG,
ass butts.
you die to the bosses because you're trying to figure out their attack patterns and their mechanics. Once you figure it out, it's usually just a try or two until you get it. But on NG Plus, it's so not that case. It's like the mechanics, and it's trying to figure out how not to die anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. Like, it's not like you don't know the mechanics at that point. It's like, okay, now I have to figure out a strategy that is different because it's not working now. What I did before is not working now. And I think it's really cool because it's like, it's not only like a matter of, adapting the strategy, changing it a bit, but like then you have to pull it off, which is incredibly difficult to do,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it like the difficulty ramps up a lot. I think like at some point, and I know I was telling you this before, like at some point it was too easy. Like I was still able to I think it kind of came down to like the zombies at the, whoa, look at that drop. I'm on a delay.
I know, right?
But like the zombies or the rotten walkers on the Shivering Shore, like they were doing like very little damage. So I was like, okay, we have to like up the base damage and then add some kind of crazy multiplier, and eventually got there.
There's boss. I need to find my shrine. It's over here.
Oh yeah, top right.
Yeah.
Um,
Hello, boss.
So yeah, I mean, I think I don't know, like it's I feel like the new game plus stuff in this is just like it really blows it up from New Game 1, and I have no idea if anyone's ever gonna get past that. It is interesting that you can do you can play on hardcore mode, so we could see like if there are gonna be any like new game to New Game plus 7 hardcore mode, no death kind of thing.
Oh my god, yeah, I didn't even think about the hardcore mode.
Yeah, it's implemented. Oh yeah, Scythe is totally OP.
Yeah, that reach on that scythe is bonkers.
Yeah, I was considering getting a spear just because some of them the reach is just ridiculously good.
Yeah, I think Scythe is kind of where I go to. But the beating the dragon with the mace was like it worked kind of because you've got the like if he breathes fire, you jump over the fire and you can use your hang time to hit him, smack him in the snout 3 times with the mace. And then his other attacks, they're all low. All of his attacks target low. So like for his tail, you can jump over the tail attack. And then you can jump over his fire attack as long as you use the hang time. You can avoid all the fire. And like other than that, he's got like he'll do the one where he kind of lunges at you. That if you're jumping over his fire and he switches from that into a lunge, like the lunge will kind of go right over you.
It's Tree of Men time, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Fantastic. I can't wait for this.
I heard you like fire.
Yeah, fire's great. Love fire.
It sounds like you died of fire.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was funny watching Lobos play this because he was like scrambling all over the place, up and down, getting all battered around. And
it's a rough one. This one is a rough boss.
Yeah, he used to be just the min that you fought, and then he would just die when the min all died. And then at some point I added the heat up phase where you have to hit his head. And then that would be a good place to be able to write messages that contain the word head, but we had to take him out because of the sexual implications.
Because people's maturity levels are not advanced enough.
Couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, we were playing when we were doing like some sort of focus testing thing through our QA house that we were using, and like I don't know, I remember like watching there's this like young woman playing, just watching, and she like finds a message bottle that said something like need head wonderful, and she just like made this kind of like
why would you do that kind of face?
Yeah, and like no one realized they were custom messages either. So
yeah, so none of our testers except one had ever played a Souls game before, and I feel like we should have had more people testing out at least with usability. You do want to see what people who haven't played them before think of it, but I don't know. Yeah, I think you want to just get more sampling of people who know what to expect.
Yeah, I don't think it's about like we would get an AO or something. It's just we didn't want to have we didn't want to have any sort of like anything someone could point at and be like oh, all these like sexual innuendo messages are popping up.
Let's just discover that there are hybrid weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like sword whips.
Ah, come on, man.
I've been like so
Kicked me off
disappointed that
the arena.
I can't get mine because I keep being the sellsword in Fex's World, so I can't ever get a Shimmering Pearl. So I'm like stuck at class 4.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I really wanted to try out that Phoenix Tail.
Well, it is a tree of men because they're all tortured men. All the bodies on it are men. There's my salt back because I fell when I died.
Oh, rough.
It's really funny listening to you react after I've already been there, done that.
Right. Yep. I'm on a delay.
It's kind of nice that you can hover a bit when you're attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hang time.
Absolutely.
It's all
Really? Come on. That's a bullshit move.
That's so great. I can't wait to see what just happened.
I know, right?
Same exact thing I died from last time, except in the
Dude,
first
I
2
don't-
seconds.
When you're co-oping, like I just hit like options and like zip
Yep.
up to wherever.
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
for
Just
co-op.
fuck this.
thing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
great.
It's such a cheese.
We've done that at the same time so many times where we just like zip to each other and then we die.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you both zipped to.
Right. I've had a few times where I zipped to James and I had actually already died, but it ports my body up to where he is.
I know, right, Patrick? Wouldn't want to have a game where you engage in bloody decapitations having sexual innuendo.
Exactly. Come on. This is America.
What a bullshit move. That's so great.
Yeah, I guess to be fair, I kind of designed all the bosses, so that's. So when Michelle says "what a bullshit move," she's actually
really,
talking.
I'm really talking to James.
She's
here.
like,
She's really
James,
talking to me.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Pretty much.
So which boss was your like favorite one to design? What were you most happy with?
I really like the last boss, which I can't, I don't really want to talk about him too much, But yeah, I really like the way he came out.
I think this
see.
guy just design-wise is really cool. Even though I just yell at him for what he does.
This is that boss
Oh,
that's just frustrating. It's just that boss that's just, it frustrates you. You're just like, ah,
It's mostly when he kicks you off the platform.
yeah.
Like when you fall to your death, it feels like more BS than just dying because you were in the wrong
Yep.
place.
Yep.
Especially when you've already. Oh god! No!
Now I know what people feel like when they watch me die, and I'm like, fuck.
It's really entertaining.
Yeah.
What time is it, James?
8:15.
Okay. I do have to.
Did we
I do
plan
have
on
some
a
I have
window?
some errands to run. Actually, I have to leave and do
Errands.
some weird things outside the house. I know, weird, right?
Outside the house, what is that?
A strange and dangerous place.
Yeah. No, but the last boss, oh my god, so much harder on NG Plus. Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's.
Jesus.
You're doing so well.
I know. It's you don't want to ever be down there, is what the feeling is.
She said.
Like as soon as you're down there, it's just like no. Oh hello, Salt Bat. Thank you for getting. It's like when a cat gets in your face.
Oh man. I knew this boss would be entertaining to watch.
Yeah, this is so. There was a man there on Reddit. On Reddit, they had a contest of or not a contest, kind of like a square off of all the like the most favorite bosses and then the least favorite bosses, and like a bracket system where it was like round 2, who's gonna win this, and you know what the winner was
What was the winner?
of the well, actually I forgot who the best boss was. I think it might have been Artorias. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it was Artorias.
Well,
But the
just 'cause
worst,
people love him. They're like, oh,
yeah. Right.
Taurus, you know.
But the worst one was the Witch of Izalith. What's her name? The
What
horrible.
was that?
The lost Izalith witch.
Yeah, I don't. What was her? What did she look like?
It was the tree monster. Like where it
Oh.
sweeps you in.
Yeah.
What's his name? I'm totally blanking on the name. I was kind of
What are you
stalling
talking
as the boss in Lost Izalith in Dark Souls 1.
Net of Chaos?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just because.
There he is. Let's care at it.
Is
Bed
there,
of
like
chaos.
something I was supposed to do other than like float in the air at that part?
When he starts attacking you with his arms.
When I have to attack his head.
Yeah, what you do is you lure him out with his arms.
Oh, there we go. Got it. Never mind. I did it as soon as you started telling me.
Yeah, you didn't need my help.
Except now I'm getting really wounded. Damn it. Dude, that is the timing of the... Damn! The timing of the sprays,
It's all independent. Like none of it's set to like screw you more
Well.
than other stuff.
well, it used to be, like one was... And I can't talk and play at the same time. It used to be that they were alternating more, and now they're like blowing at the same time.
yeah. They're but none of it is like none of it's random. It's just they have different speeds. Oh man, it's funny. His that bashing attack used to just knock you clear off. So.
Oh, thank you for that kindness.
I know, right? What a nice guy.
This is kind of a funny boss because sometimes you get your salt bat, or sometimes it's on the boss. Depending on
Oh,
how you
yeah.
died on him.
Yeah. If it's one of his little men, then it's assault bat, or if it's like a flamethrower. Miyazaki admitted, Dragon God was a breeze. Right? You just hit him in the tail, and then you get his tail, right? Isn't that that's the deal?
I remember the first time I ran into Dragon God, I was like, dead. Maybe I ought to try something different.
Or oh, you mean Ancient Dragon in 2?
No, I think he's talking about Demon Souls.
Oh, what was the Oh yeah, that was the one where it was all just it was kind of like the Bed of Chaos, where it was all just like
Just running and avoiding shit.
right, like you'd call it platforming, except it's not really the platform. Yeah, that was a hassle. Yeah, Bed of Chaos was interesting, but oh my gosh, it was like such a crapshoot what would happen and what would not. That was kind of a point where Dark Souls felt like a game that was kind of stuck in its engine more than anything, 'cause it was like,
they just didn't really handle jumping in that game. I mean, I don't know about. I haven't spent an over amount of time jumping in Dark Souls 3, but I would like to see a more fluid, like climb, jump type mechanic for the character. Considering how tight the combat is, you would think they'd be able to pull that off, but.
right.
Maybe it's a lot more difficult with their combat system to try and implement all that stuff.
It's like so terrifying whenever you get on the ground in this.
Yeah, especially when you have like no platforms
get
to
the
jump up.
fear.
Because they're broken.
James likes to call it the fear.
That's what happens in multiplayer games,
You get the
you're
fear.
you're killing a bunch of dudes, and then one guy he kills you, and then next round same guy kills you, next round same guy kills you. Eventually you see that guy and you're just like, oh, he's gonna kill me.
This is interesting. It's attacking me.
Oh,
Am I just gonna get to cheese him?
hey, if you do.
Alright, it's like Salt and Sanctuary cheats. So
Oh, did he get stuck?
He got stuck on something.
Yeah, that happened to us once too when we were co-oping. He like just stopped moving at that last phase, and we just hacked him to death.
Ah.
But we had died
But-
like 6 times. We didn't feel the slightest bit bad about it.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
Right.
Oh, there he is. He's just kind of
Yeah,
idling.
just kind of hanging out.
Weird. How about that? I guess you got this.
Got it.
The funny thing, like, so when they did
Oof.
this in test,
Oof, oof.
they didn't tell me about this. If it did happen, now I'm seeing it happen twice.
Yeah, I'm hearing it happen quite a bit now.
I'm almost wondering if, like, in test.
Oh
they're
no,
like-
you're kidding me!
So you just fall into the pit. I'm almost wondering if, like, in test this came up and they were like, nope, we're not gonna tell him. It's just too much. Because they were stuck on him in New Game Plus too.
I think I would cry if that guy right there killed me after losing those souls. I mean salt.
You did it.
Shit!
Come on, we have a guidelines document for a reason. Oh,
And now he's
yeah.
poisoning me. Oh my god, are you serious? Okay. Got the salts. I know more people than me are gonna have that happen to them. Oh boy. Here we are.
I also have loved slow-mo boss kills.
Horrible skeleton part.
Welcome to Horrible Skeleton Park.
Yeah, skeleton parks. Don't you dare kill me. Oh, I took antidotes off my bar too. God damn it.
A fire at a skeleton
oh my
park.
God, this poison is nasty.
Oh yeah, he levels with you, so
Great. There's
yeah.
my antidotes. I only have 2. God damn
Let's
it.
care, and that's how Ska was sued by From. Right? It's like people keep, not a lot, but like every now and then people are like, man, like
You
just,
are gonna
like,
get
expect
sued.
yeah, and like I mean, I feel bad for parts where the game comes across as like just too derivative. I feel like it stands on its own, but definitely like in terms of like tone and like inventory mapping and stuff, it just obviously borrows from Souls games. But I kind of like I look at like SNES RPGs from the 90s. And they all were like, the Squeenix model, even ones that, like.
I could
that's
just spend this salt right immediately.
And that's just, the Trump's here. Oh no. And
Oh,
that's
what
just
the
because
hell?
that was how, like how you made RPGs in the 90s, because it was just like, it was like a platform, it was just like a.
Jeez, walls of text.
It must be that
Walls of
time in the
spam.
stream.
It's that time of
About
night.
2 hours into the stream, that's usually when this shit starts happening.
Yeah, how come you can't ban him and just delete his,
He's just got more than one account. That's all it is. We're banning his accounts. He just keeps switching.
as they keep coming in, man. But they all have the same name, though.
I think there's just
There's
variation.
like a variation of the letter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at it. MU8 or MUYYHHIT. Yeah, same thing. MUYYHHIT.
Hello. Oh yes! I can kill those damn skulls in one hit now.
Oh, nice. See, there's back again. Oh man.
So it's just so nice when you can kill an enemy that was giving you a hard time before faster. It's just so nice. Cheesing this guy. Cheese the pyramid head crab.
Yeah, right. How? I don't. It's so weird. The whole like it's just like Trump became like the 4chan candidate or something. Like I don't I don't really understand it.
I don't have that yet.
Yeah, it seems like about this time in the streams we usually get people, and normally never this bad, but still.
That means you're super popular.
Yeah. I know. We should bring this up with just take it to Twitter,
Hmm?
Just take this up to Twitter, send it to be like, listen, Donald Trump, your people are
Here people are spamming our video game streams. Oh no, these guys. Oh. Oh. Wowza. Do you even drift, bro? Those witches are bad news. I'll go this way this time. Their scattering effect is pretty cool though, even though those bone skeleton dudes are really annoying.
I had to farm those those might guys for fucking upgrades for my sword. The
Oh,
ones
fun.
with like the giant, yeah, because the ones that use the Chitin obelisk, because that's the sword that I like pretty much played most of the game with.
It's so
Mhm.
funny hearing like the names that the weapons are now since Franz renamed them. It's like, wait, what is that?
I know what one he's
You know what
talking
it is?
about.
Yeah, I know what it is now.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah,
part. God dang. I'm gonna go over here. Wait, can I? Yes.
Twiceborn's gonna try to figure out how to block him forever, right? It's so weird. I didn't. Like I know because I was like watching the debates last, and that was what was happening. Was people from both sides were doing these like walls of text spams, and it was just like I mean I wasn't following the comments because that's just like a weird kind of cancer, but I'm like I was watching the debate, and then like in the bottom right corner I kept just seeing these like back and forth spams of build the wall. I don't know what the Bernie supporters said instead of build a wall, like free college or something. I don't.
I don't know. Something.
It's gonna maybe like it's gonna be huge or something.
Something generic.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Is that me screaming? Must be.
Must be.
Yeah, it is.
Still counts as a
I
viewer.
don't know.
Well, he edits the sound so much that I'm not quite sure sometimes. Oh no, I hear it now. I hear it now. Oh, really?
Did you do your own voice acting?
Yeah, the sounds are actually a lot from Charlie Murder, so we recorded them ages ago, and then reused them. Why am I... They're following me! They're
Yeah,
after me.
unfortunately, this sort of shit happens like 2 to 2.5 hours into our streams. Every time we stream, it's like the idiot hour. It's like where people start showing up and saying dumb stuff and begging for subscribers and start posting horrible things in the chat. Where the real awesome people on the internet arrive.
Right.
I don't know what it is. It's like predictable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have my salt. Give it back. Jeez.
If you turn in a quest and your red flask is still the same, you should rest at your sanctuary. It'll go up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was kind of like a weird little.
Yeah, you have to like rest again in order to get it.
like basically a bug, but like a more just like inherent to how it does replenishing. Oh man, I played Dungeons
I
and
know what
Dragons a lot.
I know what I just found. I found that shortcut that leads out to the Sunken Keep. Oh, you haven't fought this boss yet?
I haven't. It's all you.
Oh, but I don't remember where my last spot was.
Oh, you're gonna do the husk boss?
No, I went up to the Sunken Keep where the Kraken Cyclops guy is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you got this.
Let's see how much more powerful I am now. Because usually, like, you can fight him pretty early on. Ah.
Yeah, he's usually like the third boss I fight, like when I do my playthrough. Him or it's like 3-4 alchemists. Him, something like that.
Right. Sorry about
Reaches.
that.
Oh, I totally staggered him.
Marco asked if there are difficulties you guys are facing with the Vita port.
Oh well, that's
The difficulty is we're bad at it and we're having someone else do it for us.
Yeah, someone else is doing it, and we don't know. I mean, I can kind of guess about some difficulties that'll come up. Like, I guess the Vita is pretty slow to load stuff, and this, despite being a,
I know, people kind of
2D
assume
game.
that because it's a 2D game that it's easy to optimize, and no, it's not. There we go. That was easy.
Yeah, that was. I saw that.
Shell is playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stu is playing.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like a comment. Actually, that was a comment on the Fextralife forums. Was like, like I know it's gonna be, you're not gonna have to worry about optimizing on Vita, and it's like,
Yeah,
actually,
you do.
we had to worry about optimizing on PS4.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Because the PC version was, it just works, but the PS4 version I had to do a bit of tweaking to get it to actually run at a steady 60, which is like, I think that's really surprising to a lot of people.
Alex says that this game slightly reminds him of the Souls series.
Slightly. That's cool.
Just slightly.
That's cool.
Yeah, the Souls series definitely inspired a lot of new games.
Indie
There's
game.
a lot of
Why
games,
is it in
so-
quotes though? That's what I want to know.
Quoting indie games.
I think there's like some people out there that don't know what indie means. Like, I don't think they realize that it means independent developer. Like, I think they just mean
Right.
it means like low budget or something,
Independent means we're not owned by
or
a
bad
publisher.
quality or something,
It means we
Yeah.
can do whatever the heck we want.
But there is like a certain tier to
Yeah,
like
there's
what I
different
consider
tiers of
indie to, because like there was like
So
a good
Double
example
Fine
of.
is indie, right? And they're huge, and they make lots of games.
Well, I'm even
Well,
thinking
not
like
huge, but they're like not too people. They're a company.
Like,
Like how many people are there? Like 20 or 30.
oh yeah, I'm thinking of something like I think CD Projekt Red would be considered indie by some standard. Like it doesn't have like big financial backers or something.
So-
Although I don't know if that's the like there have been like big multi-million-dollar or hundreds of millions of dollars kind of studios that
Rob's like indie game.
pushing quotes. Yeah.
Robert,
But yeah, like-
Robert Busey there is a friend of ours.
But yeah, there have been like big productions that are actually, it's like, oh, that's actually technically an indie game, or technically an indie studio.
Right. Yeah, I think there's just some like misunderstanding out there, because I think some people tend to associate indie games with being not
Oh,
as good
like-
quality.
Like
You know what I mean?
Smart
Like, it's
Maker, Double X.
Yeah, because there's a lot of not so good quality indie games out there, so I think people sort of tie those together, instead of. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and there's been it's funny like when I started doing this as a professionally, everyone was like, yeah, indie games, they're gonna change everything. Like it was kind of like I don't know, like around the time when they made the movie and it was kind of like this up and coming movement that was gonna just really just change the playing field. And
So Indie Game the movie is not super well. I don't know how to describe it. It's not super reflective of all indie game development by any stretch. It's like a small window into like a portion of these people's lives when they're the most stressed out you can possibly be. So it's not super reflective of all indie life.
she's just upset that we weren't in it.
You're upset we were in it.
I'm upset that we were in it. Yeah. I was trying to project it to you though.
Oh, okay.
It's a psychological technique. It's a
I'm
coping.
okay actually with not being in a movie like that. I really wouldn't want my image like forever being determined by what this filmmaker decided to project us as.
Oh right.
I'm glad.
Is the lore in Salt and Sanctuary laid out in a similar manner to the Soul series? Brendan asks.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, the item descriptions and things have lots of lore. Like there are armor sets for defeating bosses that have some background on those characters and stuff.
Yeah. It's funny. There was one description that was I think it came from Franz about the Queen of Smiles, or did that? I don't remember actually who that, if it was me or Franz. But that she had this like weird like fear of gourds.
I would go full fish on somebody.
But then there's like the pumpkin head helmet that you can get, and a lot of people thought that like that would give you some kind of advantage against the Queen of Smiles, and
Which
I was
would
just
be
like,
cool,
oh man,
but
that would have been such a good idea. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it was all
It'd
just
be like
like
Gascon's music box.
Yeah. I love little touches like that. Like those feel kind of like Kojima-esque, you know?
I love those things.
Yeah.
Maybe patch it in.
Um,
you know?
Fex has a question. It might have a really simple answer, but the last area has a sanctuary there, but you can't. It's not like a regular sanctuary. It's just like a mini one, you know.
Yeah,
with a
shrine.
panel. She's just wondering why there isn't like a full one because you can't port there.
Yeah.
So you have to like run from all the way from the other one if you like want to go do other stuff.
Yeah, you know, that was more like a thematic decision than a good design decision, just because it felt like you know, just the chance that there's any kind of safety in a place that.
Right, that close to the big bad.
Yeah, you know, it would just be like insane that, you know. So what you're supposed to do is just have enough horns, you know, calling horns to teleport out, but that might not always be the case, and then you've got to take the long way.
Patrick is asking where the info on the items descriptions came from and who wrote it, etc.
So like it started out that I was pretty much doing all of it, and then at some point Franz, a German spy, started it's actually like that's kind of part of why the localization is in such a bad state, but so like he started putting in item descriptions, and like he was putting in item descriptions like right up until submission, so we kind of like, you know, ended up because they're really good descriptions, they're really good text, but then we, you know, we kind of were in the spot where we like, you know, we couldn't really send it out for loc and also send it in for submission, because if it passed cert, then it would be in kind of this weird state of dual completeness. But,
also, we just didn't want to pay money to do localization, and we didn't really want to just put all this game text out there to try to get it crowdsourced. Like,
yeah, that's true.
We partly really did just want to wait until the game is out, and then there wouldn't be spoiler potentials.
Right, you know, and there's like, I mean, we're kind of looking at it like, okay, maybe the game will launch and just like no one will play it.
Right, like the thing is, if it does really poorly, you don't really want to spend a ton of money on something that isn't going to be successful. But if it is as successful as it seems like it's going to be,
yeah, I think we can.
Then we can
justify
spending the money, because it's fucking expensive. Sorry for swearing. To get localization.
You can't swear on the stream.
Cool.
It's not allowed, because I never do, ever.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
was
for like a little
too.
indie studio, you know.
Yeah, I like integrated into all of my like lore and monster and all, you know, all those tools. I integrated like a system to just like auto translate using like the Google API, and I guess I put too much faith in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because oh man, well, you know, it's funny, like when we did Microsoft publishing, they would you know, they would do all the localization, they would do all the QA, and then and you know, we would just basically hand them off like a list of strings, and they would take care of all of that. But then, you know, people would say stuff like, man, your localization's really bad, did you guys use Google Translate? And we'd be like, no, it was Microsoft handled it. So with Salt and Sanctuary, we're like, you know, if Microsoft was just using Google Translate the whole time, like, can we, you know? And then and it's like I can automate it all and it'll just work, and but yeah, it didn't work. I found that out.
So I think Patrick was actually asking lore-wise, who is the one doing the writing for you to see the descriptions? Or is it more of like a fourth wall in?
Oh yeah,
like,
it's like a
your
fourth
character
wall.
just knows
Yeah.
magically somehow
Yeah,
because the DM
yeah, you
told
just-
you.
Yeah.
It's more that.
Yep. Yeah. I know. What if you had to like identify everything?
Oh yeah, you have to go to the town.
You have to go find. Stay a while. And
Yeah, your Deckard Cain.
My name is Deckard Cain.
I love that song.
We all have our own like Deckard Cain impressions that we're just ready with.
I like the first time I streamed this like last year, like that first guy that you talked to on the beach. Like I
Yeah,
totally
he's
like
totally
read the
Deckard.
dialogue as Deckard Cain. Like I did my Deckard Cain impersonation. It was pretty funny.
Right.
Oh, come on. It's not dead, but I got 3 guys on me at once here.
Did you hear about the? I guess
There we
the guy who, Deckard Cain was based on was like a.
Like a just regular dude.
He was like, yeah, he was a kid whose name was Deckard Cain Elder. Like that was his name, and there was a.
Elder, who's the younger?
His last name was Elder.
Oh, his last name was Elder. That's amazing.
Yeah, Deckard Cain Elder. And Blizzard had, I don't know if Blizzard had like a contest or something, like like name a character, but he had like this was on Reddit. He posted like the letter they sent back to him.
Right.
It was
This
like
person now is probably like 30, 40.
yeah,
They're
But
probably
that's
out
what.
there being like, hey, that guy has my name. And then everyone who meets him is like, did you know there's a Diablo character with your name? Like, yep, that's actually me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I forgot the details, but he had this. I mean, he just like posted this letter that was from Blizzard like before they had even announced Diablo, and they were like, we're gonna use your name for a character in our
For
game.
what will become one of the most well-known character names of all gaming.
Right.
So
Freaking lights are nasty. I hate them.
so like out of all the things you guys designed in the game, like what
Oh,
are the
jeez.
things, or what is the thing that like you hope people most enjoy? Like maybe it could just be like a little thing, like like the illusory walls, or things like attention to detail on the character models. Like what's the thing that you like really tried to get people, like maybe something that people wouldn't necessarily notice, but the thing that you really tried to make the difference with?
I mean, to me, I think it's the more complicated move sets that you can do with attacks. Like I think normally people will look at this game and they'll say like, okay, Castlevania, I get it. You press an attack button, you do an attack. But Castlevania didn't have like combo chaining or any of iframes, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think James wasn't watching the stream at the time, but I was watching, I think it was Peeve, figure out that he could do that spin to win attack with the sides.
Yeah.
And he got so excited. He's like, how did I do that? Guys, how did I do that? And then he was experimenting for a while and he wasn't figuring out how he did it. And then he was just sort of talking casually and he figured out how to do it and he got just like, oh my god, I did it!
Spin to win.
It's really fun just listening to people get excited about learning something new.
Spin to win.
Okay, cool. I don't know how much more you guys want to play. It sounded like Michelle had stuff to do, so I don't want to keep you guys any longer than I have to.
Okay, I think I was kind of subconsciously thinking like 9 would be like a good
Yeah,
cutoff.
I
or-
usually
is
do
that what you're
like
thinking?
What time
Okay.
is it now?
15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Can you hand
Keep-
me my
Maybe you
beverage
can-
over there?
Maybe you can hit up one more boss before then or something. I don't know if
Okay,
you'll be
I'll
able to
get
make
to
it.
the husk, I guess. Actually,
Oh,
James,
good, the
James, you'd
husk.
be better to get there fast enough. We're switching headsets again.
Oh my god, is this on NG, the husk? Like Fex and I just sat there and just meleeed it to death and we just stun locked it. And then on NG Plus, the thing just one-shotted us like 4 times in a row. It was like, ouch.
Oh, I think we might have both missed that. Oh, this chair
Thanks.
is so warm.
I know, my butt made it warm for you. Thanks, Brendan. We I don't know, it's like, it's good and bad that we're the only 2 people and we get to talk to people directly. I think mostly good. There's like the little bit of not as fun where you do take the full brunt force of people who are mad about something.
No PR department.
There's no community manager to absorb the anger. But it does mean that when you're talking to us, you are legit talking to the person who made something.
Except for at PAX, we'd have like people helping at PAX a lot. So
Oh, totally.
so a
Yeah.
lot of,
Well, like stuff like this.
oh crap! It's too hard. Turn this turn this difficulty down. Too hard.
See, I feel like I don't know if this comparison is going to make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but there's I guess it's like warming up to do a run. So we're runners, and if you're not warmed up to do a run, you're not going to be super fast or super strong at it. It takes a while to warm up and get into it. So similar to this, like if you're coming into it cold, not used to how you have to play to not just be killed, it can take a minute to get into it. It's like you have to warm up. It's like an exercise. It's exercise. Oh, I didn't get the key yet.
Yeah, I gotta go get that. I think I'm just gonna go back to the sanctuary.
Yeah, Texas. We had comments on the wiki on the armor page before the game was even out, asking us to update the armor page because we had done all the weapons, but we hadn't done the armor.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like we were getting to it. There's just so much, and you guys have given us so much data. You know, trying to put it all together just with just a few people just takes a while, and it's a huge. There's a lot of depth to the game. You know, it's not just boss fights. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
It's
Anyways,
nuanced.
You know, we live in a day and age now where people want the wiki done the day the game is live. You know, it's like, how is that possible? You know.
Right.
And you know, we tried, but there's just no way. I mean, we don't have, you know, if we were Prima, yeah, we would. You know, we're not. So.
Right. Oh man, I need an amber idol.
Oh, are you trying to make a weapon?
Yeah, just really anything, but it's fine. That's fine. All right, take them back. Take them back to the cave.
Is there dual wield? There isn't really dual wield, right? There's just like a wand and crossbow, like offhand pistol.
Exactly. Yeah. There's specific offhand weapons, but aside from those, there's no no just like intentional like you can't just like put an axe in an offhand. Although actually with Aether the
Hey James.
Hey.
I have a question for you.
Oh,
It's
Amber
a
Idol.
question that you get maybe asked a lot, but I'm gonna ask you to repeat it again if you would. If there were one creature or monster or armor set that you would love to see cosplayed, what would it be?
I guess Queen of Smiles. That feels like the most.
What if it was a male person?
That was pretty pathetic.
Same answer.
Same answer.
Oh man, it would probably be the last guy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think if there are any like humanoid bosses between the first guy and the last guy. You know.
Aether looks really good too. I got to meet those guys at Gamescom.
Oh,
Yeah, they're awesome. We only got to meet them briefly, but they're cool guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Aether. You can do with that game. You can do like an axe in your offhand. But that's
Well, that
like,
game actually has dashes too, doesn't it?
yeah, it's got dashes. It actually like in terms of how it plays, I think it plays a lot closer to Dark Souls. Like you've got lock on targeting, you've got shield. You're kind of doing this very slow, deliberate, just kind of dance of shield up. Here he's coming, dodge, kind of thing.
Patrick asks, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
A weeping willow.
I guess I would have to go find the game art and put it together. Oh, you know what? I can just go to the I will go to the character edit.
I should just done those.
We have a friend who wants to be our booth babe.
Oh,
He wants to make a character and be our booth babe.
cool. Can always use more booth babes.
You know what I'm most afraid of if anyone does cosplay is not recognizing what the thing is.
Yeah, I know what.
Because some of them are kind of like, it looks like fantasy armor.
What if it looks like?
I would really
the
hope I
budget
would
one.
recognize it, but
What's that one called? Like the budget cosplay, where like
oh my god, he's so funny. It's like
all,
budget
like,
cosplay.
super creative ways of being the most low budget cosplay. Oh, I need more salt. Get my stuff upgraded.
When we were on our way to Gamescom last year, like we were at the train station and they like over in Switzerland, at Zurich, they had like a whole cosplay of like Naruto and different characters. Like they had like the the fucking, what are those guys called? You know, they have the bad guys. Like they had, like,
yeah, with the cloud
yeah.
robes. I forget.
Yeah,
what
they
it's
had like the
called.
cloud robes and like the hair and like the different. Oh, it was awesome. Like I was just like, I wanted to take a picture, but I was like too embarrassed to be like, could I take your guys' picture? So you know, it's like trying to like sneak pictures with my phone.
You gotta upgrade this stuff, Michelle.
Well, I didn't, so you do it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Alright, see how
Yeah,
fast that
what are
goes.
you supposed to be the last boss in your game? Yeah, that'd be such a problem if someone cosplayed and you're like, check me out, and you're like, what are you supposed to be?
I would recognize the last boss just because of the particular thing that is happening with his armor.
Pretty recognizable.
You know what
yeah.
I mean. You know what I mean. I think if it didn't have that
Okay,
crest
dude,
piece,
right.
I wouldn't get it. But if it did have that crest piece, I would definitely get it. Or what is that called when that's... It's kind of like the samurai flag on their back, but it's the other thing. I don't know what that would be called. It's a similar piece to like how the Queen of Smiles has spinning swords on her back. It's a similar idea. Things coming off the back.
As soon as Fex got that armor, she has never taken it off.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy because there's some awesome looking armor sets in the game, like especially heavy. I really like some of the, like I went light because I like to move fast, but I'm sort of jealous at some of the cool heavy armor sets because I love the samurai set, like the Demon Zed, and a couple of the other ones like Titan and stuff. They just look so badass.
Oh, right. Yeah, oh, I like the Bloodbrow set. That's kind of like, the idea of that
That's
one
the-
is, yeah.
That's a cool light armor set too.
Yeah, it's supposed to feel kind of like a Devil May Cry kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I think that's probably like the biggest problem of the game is so much stuff is just like, here's a shout out to this game. Which is good too.
I think, you know, that's just how video games are these days. I mean, a lot of where these games are coming from were totally inspired by other games now, you know? Like,
Yeah.
we're that generation that's been inspired by the games we grew up playing. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah. What was I going to say about that? I don't know. Oh, wait.
Is there a way to quickly turn off onion skin, or is it just do I have to like program turning it
you
off?
guys have volunteers for booth babes in the
Awesome.
yeah.
Woohoo!
Oh, in the animation editor. Yeah. I don't know. I left a quick way to turn it off.
That's fine. I just want to get like the clearest kind of shots that I can. I guess there's not really. Let me try to find a backside image. Does he ever face the other way? Oh, there we go. Yep, that's a backside image. Yeah, the thing with 2D is you have to draw the backside.
Still probably a lot less work than.
Oh yeah, totally. I didn't mean it as it was more work. I just meant it as when you make a 3D model, you can just spin it around and look at it. But when it's 2D, you have
Oh my
to.
gosh. Jeez, these guys are just wrecking me.
These fucking skeletons that port around and shit and like put themselves
Oh my
together.
god,
So
they're so
fucking
annoying.
Oh my god.
Right? It's like
Like,
enemies
I
like that are annoying are way worse than enemies that are actually strong.
Like we had to run by these guys like 3 or 4 times doing this on MPG Plus because we kept dying to the boss and we got tired of killing them. And they followed us all the way to the fucking boss, and it was just like, fuck you.
Sorry. But I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
It forces you to not ignore them.
Alright, now I'm clear. Clear to the boss. Let's see what happens. Let's see if, It's actually funny, I his, like, double shot thing, I thought I had it only as a heat-up mechanic, but I guess not. And yeah, because, like, I was adding a lot of heat-up mechanics right toward the end, and it's, you know... Oh, man. Oh wow, I didn't take a hit at all there. Oh jeez.
I think, yeah, I wanted to make Queen of Smiles at one point, and I just haven't done it. There's kind of a lot of other things to do.
There he goes. See?
Let's do this.
Oh, I think he does the double as a ranged. If you stay out of his range for too long. Yeah.
Wow, that was ninja inventory management right there. Dude, on NG Plus, those gun blasts just one-shot you. You're done. It's like dead.
Ugh. Oh jeez. Oh my gosh, this is bad.
This is a tough boss fight.
Yeah. No, you're just dog. You know what? I wonder if I have shields at level 2. Because you can. There's that one oh no, I don't think I have it. There's a shield from the Castle of Storms that has 100% fire defense, and like pretty much, unless you want to like stay up in forest the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
let's see what we got. 88. I can't use those. That's bad. This actually has okay fire defense.
Dude, I have fallen in love with the mending spell because it removes the wounding,
Oh, I
and
know, right?
that saves you so much.
Right.
Like, I don't know what I would do without it.
Alright, let's try this. Let's try a run through. That's fun. Yeah, so I think what happened, so it's like if you're out of his range for too long, he'll do the double shot, and then that just sucks.
He just goes on a shooting spree.
Pretty much, yeah.
Bastard.
This'll work. This has to work. Alright, I
It's
think.
too big to fit.
Nope. Get out of here. Get out of here.
This cave is very pretty, though.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is. It's amazing to me that this is all hand-drawn.
I guess I don't really know how else it would be, you know, unless it was like photographs of stuff.
Well, you know,
Well,
most games are, you know, computer animated or whatever. But this is like just a completely different art style. That's just is so
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks. Alright, I've got to do this.
Do it.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Oh, that's aim the right way at least. Oh. Alright, we're off to a pretty rough start here. Ah, jeez.
It's like my own personal boss music.
Oh yeah, it was in my head.
Ah.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Yeah, there are 19 bosses. I am losing count. Well, yeah, because there's like a boss that's multiple bosses.
Oh my gosh, just
Yeah,
get
there
over
are a few
here.
bosses in the game that are actually like combined. Yeah,
So the
just
hunter class was actually created before Bloodborne was even announced.
Oh, this sucks.
The hunter is more like an Indiana Jones, D&D hunter kind of thing.
I took him more as like a Castlevania kind of guy.
Oh, Castlevania hunter. That makes more sense too.
Ah, man, that sucked. That sucked. That's embarrassing too, cause you know,
Hunter.
I should be okay at this, right?
It's kind of funny how many things that like we created before Bloodborne came out, and then now that our game came out after Bloodborne, it's like that thing looks like it should be inspired by Bloodborne, but wait, we made it before that. So it's kind of funny how that happens.
Actually, do I have any blacksmiths? Not here. I think a big problem is I don't have nearly as much. Oh, that doesn't kill me.
Yeah, we started making this before Dark Souls 2 came out,
That's true.
so we've had a lot of time. It's out now. You can totally buy it. You can play it right now if you have a PlayStation 4.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
No, no.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Watch
so
this developer just
we
get
started working on this before Dark Souls 2 came out, and before Bloodborne was announced, and before Bloodborne 2, or Bloodborne 1.
Bloodborne 2.
Bloodborne 2, what? No,
It's
Don't
probably-
say that. Yeah, people will think you know something.
It's
I don't know
probably in
anything.
development right now.
Don't even. I don't know anything. But you know, you never know. And we really, really wanted to get out before Dark Souls 3.
Yeah,
Sure.
kudos on that. By
Couple
the
of
way.
reasons.
Like, this is like good timing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like we were thinking we'd be done like December of last year, and then we ended up instead having to like just totally scramble.
Well, before that, we thought it would be summer, and then after that,
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
well, maybe more like December, and then we're like, maybe actually next year. Oh God.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Oh, good. I still have locks of hair. Gotta upgrade my warhammer. Then I need more salt.
Wow, that is a big ass warhammer.
Right.
I don't think I've actually seen what one looks like yet.
Oh yeah, warhammer is great. It's I feel like this should do way more damage than the mace I was using, because the mace I was using is kind of a bladed damage thing anyway, which it was kind of dumb for me to upgrade that. But it's higher level, but it does more bladed damage than. Oh, look at that one shot. Which means that I'm pretty sure the Disemboweled Husk is way weaker to bludgeoning than bladed. So because he's a build skeleton. So
Right.
yeah.
D&D rules apply.
D&D rules apply. Yeah. Oh man, it's funny. I think I'm telling you, like I've just been getting way into D&D. Everything about it is just so elegant and nice. And a big part of it was I love being creative. Like I love like making new settings and worlds and characters and monsters and situations, and so being able to make this game, I was doing a bunch of that. And then when we got to the point where it was like, okay, lockdown content, we've got to fix the bugs, I started going a little crazy because I wanted to keep making creative stuff, and I was no longer allowed to. And then it's like, 'cause I've got to finish the game. So instead I started just getting into D&D, and then more, and now it's just like all I can think about is the is my campaign through the Underdark that we're doing right now. I'm probably not even following correct drow rules. You know how there's all these rules.
Yeah. The thing is, when you're the DM, you can make it
Make it
any
up.
world you want to be.
It's my world. Let's deal with it.
It could be whatever you want.
It's funny because when I'm playing through the game, like, because I know that you guys are D&D fans, like when I'm fighting an enemy, I can like predict what type of damage it's going to be weak to based on like what it is in D&D.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, it's a skeleton, it's going to take more bludgeoning damage or be more weaker to fire damage. It's
Yeah.
like I can kind of get an idea because I know you guys. So it's just like funny to me that you guys are like totally.
Right. Oh, good. One-shotting these guys. This might do much better than the last run. We'll see.
Husk Boss somehow reminds me of Paul Revere and Charlie Sheen. Okay.
Yeah, why not? Paul Revere, Charlie Sheen. I don't,
Winning.
yeah, I don't think I see that, but I'll take it, I guess. You know what happens, like when it's your game that you're talking about, and people are like, this reminds me of this thing, and you don't see it at all, you're still gonna go, I'll take it.
Like, okay, sure.
If it brings you
Oh my
joy.
god. You're one-shotting everything with that hammer. I want one.
Yeah, Warhammer's great. Yeah, but yeah, if it brings you joy, you can say it reminds you of like, I mean, you can say it reminds you of Trump's wall, and as agonizing as that is, if it brings you joy, that's great, you know. Yeah, the range on this thing.
No comment. No comment.
No comment.
I'm not gonna. I don't. No. Just no.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
Right.
Someone's talking about there's a bug with dodging. I don't know what they're talking about
Oh, weird.
on Twitter. Someone said please patch the dodge. I don't really know what that means. I thought the dodge was pretty good.
Is that like, please fix your game? You're like,
It
okay.
doesn't work exactly the way I thought it should,
Yeah.
but I thought it was pretty good dodge system. I don't really know
love
what they
the dodge.
mean.
The dodge is great.
I think sometimes maybe people are, I hate to say it, but you might be playing wrong if the dodge isn't working for you. Unless you mean the controls of it. If you want like a different dodge button, then that's something
Oh,
else.
this isn't doing as much work as I was hoping.
We can't see it, but I'm like, just picturing it.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Alright, like one little hammer time.
Oops. Oh, this is doing work. Oh. Oh, jeez. No! Oh. Sometimes you just want to stay down.
Dude, that Warhammer with the buffed holy Jesus, that deals a lot of damage.
Buffs are great.
And no! Come on. One more.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Alex E.
It's because it is really good.
Oh!
I was trying to like, you know, kind of elegantly do like a here it comes, and I almost got better of me. There he goes.
Huzzah!
Okay, so Warhammer is OP. Okay, and that's the disemboweled husk. Ooh, my heart's racing now. Okay, well I think, you know, we said, I was saying, you know,
You're saying 9 o'clock, right?
Yep.
yeah, so.
Yeah, we'll call it there. So for you guys watching who maybe just got here, this is Salt and Sanctuary. It just came out today on PS4. Michelle and James from Ska Studios were doing some gameplay demo with us. I don't know if we have any more streams planned, but I will talk to them. We'll see.
Yeah, let me,
guys...
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, maybe we can do something like when we have a PC day or
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's coming. PC is coming.
Coming.
But if you buy a PS4, you support us. That's so nice of you.
You support us now.
Yeah. But
There
yeah,
is also a cross-buy, so if you buy it on PS4, you get it on Vita when it comes out, right?
yeah.
Am I
Yep,
correct?
yep.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Alexi is a fan of the dishwasher.
Cool.
Hooray!
Yeah, and we actually, I mean, that'd be kind of cool if we could do a thing where if you got it on PS4, we could somehow give you a PC copy for free, or, you know. I don't know how to do that though.
I can imagine that would be a nightmare to figure out.
Yeah. You know, yeah, we could do like a, I don't know, like a giveaway kind of thing where it's like post your, you know, PS4 name and the first 100 people will get a free PC copy. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. I don't know.
The thing is, we didn't do anything on purpose with the SharePlay function, so the fact that it's working at all is amazing, and we never
Oh,
we
yeah.
never like intended it as a thing to begin with.
Yeah, everyone's upset about the R2, L2 controls on that because you have to like touch the back of the Vita for that, I think.
Yeah, it's an awkward system. And then like remapping controls would probably just make it just fine.
Nice.
But we'll figure it out. It just wasn't a priority at launch, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's really funny. Everyone's upset about us for not having like remappable controls in game, but you can remap them in the PlayStation dashboard. It'll just show.
I guess it's a pain in the ass though.
Is it? Yeah, I've
Um,
never tried it. I just knew that you could. It's like an accessibility options thing.
It's a little clunky. I guess there's something about like I forget what it is. Something about the UI is weird and annoying.
So you've been farther down the rabbit hole. All I knew was that it's a possibility. Like
I haven't looked at it myself, but someone was telling me that it's kind of a pain. It works for now, but it's kind of a pain.
Okay. Yeah, we told our Sony, friend. We told our Sony man about it, and
Our Sony man.
Sony man.
It's a meme now.
He's a really nice man.
Nice man.
He's a good Sony man.
Sony man, he's nice man.
Oh crap! I'm in poison.
I feel like it sounds like an advertisement for condoms or something.
Yeah. Sony man.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, there goes that.
So the
Good
game
note
is
to end on.
$18. It's $17.99 on PSN store. So if you guys want to go
Yeah.
pick it up, you should. We're all going to be playing it for a while, so you can come chat with the community on the forums. FX is throwing links to things. They're also helping us put together the wiki for the game. So if you guys have questions or what weapon do I use or which way do I go, you can consult the wiki. They've been very helpful getting that so people can find the answers to things they're wondering about. And starting tomorrow, Fex and I are going to do our co-op playthrough through the entire game. I think that'll probably take us 5 or 6 days, depending. We haven't decided if we're going to do NG++, which is where our characters currently are, or if we're going to start new characters. So we'll see what we do. It's NG++, we might get annihilated, which I'm sure you guys would love to see.
Yeah.
You don't know how we personally feel about it.
Right.
I
Yeah,
guess
the
I'll-
forum is going to be a good place for us to collect bug reports, bug issues. I feel like I need to give an example of how best we could read a bug report, because there's like a certain format that would help us understand what you're trying to tell us the best. I might put that up there as like, hey, if you write out your bug report this way, it'll be easier for us to figure out what the heck you're trying to tell us.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, I'll put that on there.
Okay, cool.
Right now I have it's a lot to read through right now, so I have a friend of mine helping me just figure out what people are trying to tell us.
Yeah, you definitely have to be very clear on exactly what happened, because if you have a very vague answer, then it's like, like this person on Twitter saying, "Can you fix the dodge?" And you're going like, "Well, what's
I don't
what's
know
the
what you
issue?
mean about that.
What's
Yeah.
the issue?"
They may have
So-
reported it, and I haven't read the report yet,
Yeah,
but
but you need to be very specific. Is it repeatable? That sort of thing, and that will help that the stuff all get patched out of the game.
yeah, like things like random crashes that you have no idea and we have no idea what caused it. It's nice to know it happened, but we can't do anything about it if it's not reproducible. We are getting crash reports in, so we'll be able to hopefully figure out what's going on with those reports. But it seems like it's not crashing a ton. It's every
Yeah, it's
20 hours or something.
it's related. There's something related to the Xamarin mono game stuff where it's like it's super random, and I think like they updated their like middleware stuff, but their updates didn't work for a while, and then they kept doing new updates to try to fix those broken things. So I was like, I'm not gonna touch that until until like we have like a lot of confirmation that it's actually working. Because we were right in the middle of I think like we had a build in like Sony Europe's hand that they were like improving to.
versa. So this is happening, and there's word that oh, okay, there's a new version of it's like a new version of Unity kind of coming out where a new version comes out, it fixes some stuff, it breaks some stuff, and there's no way you're gonna just switch over to it at that moment. But maybe that'll get more clear, and then that would be nice if that was the kind of thing where once we switched over to it, it would just fix the random crashes. But they're super rare. I think they're super rare, and that's why they still exist. Is because they're so rare that
honey, you need to take breaks when you're talking because you go
Oh,
fuzzy
I
really
get
quickly.
fuzzy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're super rare, and then that's why they exist, because the whoever's working on the middleware doesn't didn't find them. So hopefully that gets they get a better handle on that, and then we can patch that in, and then that'll fix the random things. So far, yeah, it sounds like over the course of 18-20 hours you might have it crash once or twice, which sucks, but it could be a lot worse. Doesn't happen on PC. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Fex and I played about 35 hours, and we had one crash.
Yeah,
I consider that easily acceptable. Easily. Landslide.
What a sad world we live in, where one crash in 35 hours is acceptable. Your standards have dropped since Nintendo. But yeah, no, I agree too, especially after playing Skyrim on PC a lot. my standards are pretty low. So yeah, I think we're more stable than Skyrim was.
Well, when XCOM 2 came out, that game had so many bugs that it was I couldn't even get the game to start half the time, and it was still good enough that I played through all that, and I would have played it again through it because it was that good. And you guys don't have any of those bugs, and you just have the good gameplay. So,
Cool.
yeah. So if a big company like Firaxis can get away with that many bugs, you guys are easily within where you should be.
All right, don't let us get lazy.
Lazy devs.
But yeah, that's something on our mind. All the reports coming in, and we're doing what we can. We'll fix it. We'll get stuff fixed, and we're so happy that those of you who are playing it and enjoying it are enjoying it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support, morally, financially, and otherwise. Yeah, it keeps us going, keeps us making games.
Wee.
Todd Howard would be proud of crashing only a few times a day. He praised Fallout 4 as being stable.
Okay, guys, we will see you
funny.
tomorrow at 6 p.m. West Coast, 9 p.m. East Coast, and where Fex and I will be getting our butt kicked by Sullen Sanctuary.
Awesome.
Stay tuned.
Stay
Bye-bye.
tuned.
Stay salty.
Stay salty.
Stay salt. Praise the salt.
Praise the salt.